Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Sunday, 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 Sunday.
Sunday, WrestleMania. Watch some guy beat some other guy up.
Hey, man, listen. That is WrestleMania, and that's all it is.
I wasn't passing judgment. That's like half my favorite movie.
That's true. Yeah, that's pretty much every movie I even like. Even Terminator 2, like a big fucking half of that movie is just like, come on, I'm gonna smash it through the wall, the window, through the wall. Ski, where the fuck's going on there? But,
bro, I'll never forget being a kid and only hearing the clean version of that song. And
wait, what does it sound like actually?
Okay, so the clean version is from the windows to the walls, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And remember, like me and my friends, we would be yelling that in the halls because we only heard the clean version. It wasn't until years later when I heard the real version, I was like, oh my fucking god!
No, but
I can't believe we got away with that.
So what? Wait, so what's the adult version then?
Oh no, the old version from the windows to the walls still stretching from my balls, but the clean version they cut off that part.
I see. That's how old I am. Is I wasn't even into that shit. So like at the time, I don't even remember the balls part or the sweat drips from my balls. Which, by the way, like, is that supposed to get people like really excited? Like, woo, yeah, balls.
I don't know.
Yeah, man, I don't know. But Jet.
Hello.
Jet.
Hello.
Jet. Hey,
yes.
How you doing? No,
yes.
we can hear you. Here's the thing though. That song. Did you like that song when it first came out?
I'm pretty sure everyone did.
Well, you know, everyone was fucking stupid then. I thought you were gonna say like,
it was catchy as fuck. Wait, you didn't like the song?
No, look how fucking old I am, dude. Like, why the fuck would I like that shit?
Freaking out today. I don't know what's going on.
That was great. No, but like, dude, I don't like that fucking song. It's just like, you know, skis.
It's catchy as fuck. It's horribly derogatory, but it's catchy.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's like, because like here's the thing too, like as far as like being derogatory or being like, you know, disrespectful to women or whatever the case may be, sometimes these songs could possibly be just them saying like, hey, women like to have sex too, so we're gonna fuck the shit out of them. I said, we're gonna fuck the shit out of them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
No.
Could be one of those situations. I don't know. Like, hey, they're out to enjoy it too. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not saying they're not, but that's not the song, bro.
Oh, I know, but I just wanted to, like, you know, add my...
It's all about...
It's the
them
Nick Diaz remix,
women.
Switch Your House, you know what I mean? Like, Switch Your House remix, you know?
I hate it. Man, look, man, there are remakes that I love, but I hate when there's a remake that has to start off with, like, 30 seconds of telling you it's a remix, and every motherfucker that's involved...
No, but you remember it, though.
Copies on the fucking track.
Oh, okay, no, okay, I agree with that part. But, like, when Project Pat does those, like, he did the, I think I already got that from Switch Your House. But like 3 6 Mafia, they do Chopped and Screwed, and it's like, you know, if you ain't for remix, and like it keeps doing it, I'm like, oh shit.
Well, remix was a way to put it like on different albums or have it on different stations, and then basically just make it so they could keep putting them like, because sometimes there's remixes where they just get another artist on, like what Little Nah did for like a year and a half. Other times there are remixes where they do a different beat, multiple different beats, where an artist's like, oh hey, give me the song, let me remix it up and put it on my album, I'll pay you type shit. It's a way to get money off a song.
Georgia Cat, seeing the people still play.
I don't know about that, Georgia Cat.
See, but music's good. I still like Oreo. When R. Kelly, and by the way, that music video is hilarious. I mean, it's not funny. It's horrible. It's sad, depressing, and why. But like, here's the thing: the video is basically him. He's at his mansion, and the song's called Oreo, and it's like, I'm gonna lick you like an Oreo, something, want some cereal, or whatever the fuck, right? But he's doing.
I want to know what the lyric is in between that because that sounds fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but he's doing it, and the thing is, like, oh no, he's like, I want to lick the middle like an Oreo. That's what it is. So the thing is, though, is all these girls are just serving the fuck out of him, like. Hey, Mr. Kelly would like, you know, some apple juice. And he's, like, sitting there, like, in his throne. Like, I swear to God, it's like a throne. And then, like, some chick in there, and her ass is all out. Like, just all these girls are basically naked or half naked. And they're just, like, doing shit for him. Like, you know, like, fucking with his toes
Yeah,
and
that
shit.
sounds like an R&B song from the early 2000s, how it was.
But what's so hilarious about this is, like, that happened, right? And that was a cool video. And all the girls were like, I would go over there and shake my ass in front of Mr. Kelly, blah, 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 right? Everyone liked that song. 3 years later, that fucking documentary comes out, Surviving R. Kelly, and they're like, it was horrible. They had a mansion, and I was naked. And I'm like, yeah, you mean everything that's in that video? You guys are not snitching. He snitched on himself. That's the music video.
Yeah, but there's a difference between where it's like a lot of those people could be paid, or a lot of those people where it's like they went there from their own accord. But with R. Kelly, a lot of what was going on is it was that whole, you can leave, but we're not going to pay you. Almost like we're going to force you to be there without telling you you're forced to be here type shit. So it's like, there are gonna be people that will obviously exaggerate any story, but there was a lot of fucked up things going on there.
And the way they do this too is like they treat us so seriously. Like this girl comes up to the thing, she's like, "Okay, so here's gonna be your work day. You're gonna go over there. You're gonna lick his butthole, and then
That's actually one of the whole what was it? The whole power complex where it's like in order for people to get to basically R. Kelly's putting these people through all this shit so he can feel more powerful. That's his entire goal. The thing is, the people underneath that are feeling powerless, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to find the new people. They're going to find the people that are weaker, and they're going to assert their dominance over them as well. So that person right there, it's like, yes, she's being demeaned by R. Kelly, but then she realizes, hey, if I'm useful, I can get more use. I can stay here longer. So she basically, the new people comes in, she's better. Like it's an entire fucked up power struggle.
Yeah, no. Or, damn, I'm dying already, guys. Alan's gonna take over the show once my voice completely goes, which it might happen.
That's the plan.
Oh, fuck you. No, Ryan goes, what I missed had errands to do. So we're just talking about Oreos. And this song called Oreo by R. Kelly.
Look, vanilla Oreos are better than regular Oreos. Yeah,
I did not know that was a thing, you boring motherfucker. Jed, did you hear this? He said vanilla Oreos are better than regular Oreos. Can you tell this man?
This shit is delicious. Yes, I have it on hand.
That's basically just vanilla cracker with basically vanilla frosting.
Yeah, goddamn dude. Right.
I'm honestly, Alan, this is some white people shit. I cannot believe you fucking feel this way.
Fucking delicious. Have you ever had it? You fucking miserable fuck.
I haven't, you wonderful person. You're gonna fucking kill me over some Oreo.
I'll fight you, motherfucker. This motherfucker eats like 2 things in his entire life and suddenly passes judgment on all food.
Well, I mean, dude, that doesn't even look fun, man.
Oh, fuck it. It doesn't look fun. Sorry, there's not a fucking dance party happening on a goddamn
It looks like one of those fucking wafers. Remember those boring ass
yeah, exactly.
wafers?
It's a vanilla wafer with the Oreo cream. It tastes better than the regular default.
This is grandpa snacks fucking shit.
You don't eat this shit. Fuck you.
Man, Nilla, please.
Wow, that was offensive. What the fuck are those?
No, these are you serious? These are wafers. Yeah,
we don't have those in Canada. I've never seen them in my life.
You've never seen these?
No, I've never. Trust me, I eat a lot of junk food.
Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I would be like, oh, I kind of understand, but the thing is, though, you still eat the other shit, the boring fucking Oreo shit. So it's like,
it's not boring. It tastes better than the regular. You don't eat them. By the way, I think double stuffed. If you consistently buy those, you have a problem.
Wait, why? So what's the big difference?
Double stuffed is just twice per, and I'm like, that's too much.
Well, no, but just eat less. You know, like.
That because that's how that works.
Well, the correct way to actually eat an Oreo is just to lick the cream off and then throw the cookie away. So.
Oh
no.
Hell no! What is wrong?
You take one off, eat the cookie, then lick the cream, and eat the second cookie.
No, you just throw it out.
What? Both are doing it wrong. It's still a delicious cookie.
You both are doing it wrong. You're supposed to dip
because then you got saliva on it now, and now you can't really.
Hey, you don't have to dip. You don't always have to dip a cookie in milk. Sometimes they just have cookies. I don't feel like having milk.
Yeah, well, sometimes you do things wrong then.
And sometimes, have you ever literally had cookies and milk?
Yes, I have. I've had Oreos.
Oh, it's one of the 5 things you eat?
Yeah.
I
compared
write the list down.
Literally, let me show you a picture, by the way. Let me show you. Of Oreos. They actually have, okay, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, but you don't have to. It's not a requirement.
No, but I thought they were going to have anything. Yeah, they don't have it. Okay, so usually they have, I remember this back in the day, they used to have like a cup of milk on the cover of Oreos. It is a 90s thing. And then like you dip them in there. Oh, dude, mini Oreos, those are the shit, bro. Or mini Chips Ahoy cookies. Oh my god, dude.
I like Chips Ahoy cookies. It doesn't matter to me, regular or rainbow.
Jed, what were you gonna say?
I said,
Yeah. What the hell is wrong with
maybe it's just the cat. Maybe it's just like I just developed.
I don't like mini cookies too, honestly.
Like especially Chips Ahoy. I absolutely hate Chips Ahoy because like my parents would buy them literally all the time, so that was the main cookie I had to eat. So it's just like, and then when you basically like when you get down to just like these are just dry and just unappetizing, and I hate them.
Well. That's one of the things where it's like, no matter how good you enjoy something, if you have it for a long time, you'll eventually just kind of grow sick of it just because you're having it so often. But with Chips Ahoy, it's like, yeah, they're very, very dry. They fall apart a lot. They are like, they sell that with milk more than Oreos do. And it's like, yeah, it's good when you have milk. But for me, it's like, even as a kid, I go have like
I can't do that. I can't eat cookies with milk.
Dude, by the way, Ryan said check out Fujios. Man, this looks fucking disgusting. I'm sorry.
Okay. So the Oreo freaking wars were happening, and everyone's like, we're gonna come up with our own. Fudgos are like an affront to God. I don't know who created them, but that man is in hell.
Wait, why is that?
They're horrifying to eat. Have you ever had one of those?
No, I honestly
you eat this, you're like, I think I just died.
No,
They're
because
fucking...
That shit looks like if you take a bite out of it, you get 7 cavities.
Yeah. You take a bite of it, going, oh my god, I think I just lost 10 years off my life. I hated those things as a kid.
okay, so you know what I used to eat a lot that made me like. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably a big reason why I'm fucking fat. God, I'm gonna find the right ones too. Oh, I actually found them, and I might actually buy these if I give up on life. This particular brand of ginger snaps, Stouffer's ginger snap.
Oh yeah. Ginger snaps are fucking great. Yeah,
They're great.
I love
but
how
dude,
it also has the movie in and around the cookie.
I know, like, there's so much, but I had to scroll down. I'm like, okay, skip, and fucking go over here.
Remember this movie called Ginger Snaps? Also, these delicious cookies.
Yeah, no, but dude, like, ginger snaps, man. When I first, cause I've had like moments in my life where I've gotten fat and lost a bunch of weight and got fat again. And when I was like 11, my dad was like, "Yo, dude, let's go to the 99-cent store. They got these ginger snaps. You're gonna like them." I'm like, "What the fuck are those?" It's like cookies. Just shop and eat them. I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh yeah.
So you beat me half to death, and then you get no, I'm just playing.
What?
No,
I was like, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, why did he beat you? Because I mean, from what I know about your dad, him beating you makes about a lot of sense.
No, but the thing is, we go over there to the 99-cent store, and you know, the cool thing. I mean, this is back in the day. I'm pretty sure those don't exist now because inflation, etc. But 99-cent stores, they would have big quantities of things that might be a little bit old, but ginger snaps don't usually age that bad.
Yeah, dry cookies are, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So when you get these, man, I was like, fucking buy 2 of them, bro. And I had these, and I gained so much weight. It was like the first time in my life where I was like, oh my god, like, am I getting titties? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it was because of ginger snaps. So, yeah, do not show your kids this, because if they get too addicted to it, man, I feel like these fuck up your metabolism really, really fast. Especially because they're so gunky. I feel like, man, like, what's happening in the inside of my stomach once it goes down that digestive system? Like,
And it takes a while to break down. There's a lot of sugar. In all honesty, I know it's gonna sound really basic. I really like oatmeal cookies.
oh, they're okay. I would make fun of you because it's another boring white people thing.
I don't know. It just, to me, it's like, doesn't matter which kind, but like, I generally enjoy them. Like, I'm not saying like I eat them all the time, but like, if I have an oatmeal cookie, I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Actually, I'm gonna do something really quick.
Not oatmeal and raisin. I don't know what the people adding raisins to everything.
So, okay.
No, Ryan, we know you're white. Oatmeal and raisin is terrible.
No, so right
Oh, hey,
here-
bagged milk.
So, like, this bag of milk thing, so you pour it in, right? Like, pour it into a cup and then that's it?
I mean, yeah.
So, like, what if you get, like, a ginger snap or something like that and you want to, like, dip it in milk? You just dip it inside the bag, or do you pour your milk out?
No. So basically, the bag is okay. It comes in 3 bags. Each bag is individual, so it's like, imagine buying 3 box cartons. The holder, the plastic holder there is separate. You put it in there, and then it just turns into, like, it's like pouring juice into another container. The container exists.
Okay.
The milk's there. You pour it into a cup.
All right, that makes sense. And I guess I was overcomplicating because I was like, wait, hold on. Like,
It's
how does that
basically
work?
it just keeps it fresher for longer, because it's like, if you have a big jug, it has the lid on it, sure. But if you have the individual cartons, the cartons get damaged really easily. With this, it's like the other 2 bags are plastic, and they sit in the fridge for a while. It's like and by the way, you can easily tell with bagged milk if it's gone bad, because it's a see-through. You're like, oh, there's a bunch of milk, there's curds in there. That thing is horribly rotten.
Oh, no, that's terrible. Like, in our way, we have, like, a date on it. It says, yo, it's going to expire.
No. But, like, even if they have date on there, you know how grocery stores are. It's like, they might have fucked up the heating, and it might have expired faster than the date does.
Mm-hmm.
But if you open it, it's like, before you drink it, because half the time it's like, oh, God, what the fuck was I drinking? But, like, if you look at the inside, you're like, oh, there's curds in it. This has gone bad. I will return this to the store. You don't have to drink it first to find out it went bad.
Really quick, just want to say thank you, tough cook.
I can't.
Jet, you might want to help him out here.
Wavy up next to Tony. Oh, you know what? Actually, Alan, you read that fucking thing. What's that last motherfucker's name?
It says tough.
What's his name, Alan? What's his fucking name?
Who do you want me to talk to?
The latest follow. What's his fucking name?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Oh, you can't read, huh? You stupid dummy head. Let me see. Show me his fucking name.
Jay, you want to help him out?
Well, that last one, I'm actually not sure. The
I don't know
real
what the fuck
McCoy.
reading
The
here.
real
No,
McCoy.
the top
I
one
think
up
it
here.
says.
This one right here. Come on, Alan. There's-
Wavy up next, Tony T.
that took you a good 20 fucking minutes.
Well,
son
you
of
know
a
why?
bitch.
Because I'm saying it in like 240p.
Oh, it's almost like how I see it.
Yeah, but at least I got it close. You're
God.
like wavy big cock. What?
There's like four different names there. I don't know which one you guys are talking about.
One of them's double toasted. That should be easy. God damn it.
Hey, G, why don't you clip him for once? For fuck's sake. You're always clipping my ass. Don't you get him?
Okay, from a Tough Cook. By the way, you're welcome. Your new name's Tough Cock. I think that's a pretty cool
No,
name.
don't fucking listen to this.
I'm
man.
just saying. Hey, I find my W somewhere, guys. It's not the worst thing ever. I gave him a really cool name, and he.
No, you didn't. Who the fuck wants that name?
Wait, do you not want to be known as Tough Cock?
No.
I think it's a pretty cool name. Walk around just strutting down like, yeah, I'm Tough Cock.
No. That name sucks.
But you know what doesn't suck, Alan?
I don't even know if you have a tough cock. Like, do you like smack it around?
Yeah, you can do that.
You took a saw to it to see if that could withstand.
Or you can just open up the menu and see what its attributes are. You know what I mean? No, here's the thing, though. I will always argue with this because I'm going to go right back to the topic we were talking about before Tough Cock came into play. Milk. This is our milk. American milk. Ryan, I hope you're paying attention, sir. You guys need to tell whoever you got to tell in Canada to fucking do this because this is the way for storage, for fucking the cleanliness, to be honest, because the top on it is so fucking like.
What are you talking about? We have our own storage with. Okay, I'm gonna disrupt everything you have. We have our own storage because the fact that they come in 3 separate bags is actually way easier and way easier to kind of find a spot in your fridge versus the big 2-gallon jug. If you accidentally spill milk, you're only at worst losing a third of it versus the whole fucking thing. And you don't need to, the weight distribution is a lot easier than dealing with that. I'm not saying, Canadian bag milk is way better, but Nick saying the opposite isn't true. We have a system that works for us. You guys have a system that works for you. By the way, we also have carton milk. It's usually for chocolate milk or skim milk.
Yeah, but
you can also get skim milk in bag.
Oh, thank you very much, Tommy, for subscribing to us. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I will say,
thanks
though,
for 4 months. Nice.
Yeah, so chat, I want to let you guys know really quick too, because that call was somewhat important. Corey is still prepping, or something's wrong with the internet. I don't know, a little bit of call.
Everyone's had having a problem today.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, fuck.
Even I had a problem. My internet died right before I recorded the show.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking sucks. But yeah, guys. So the thing is, though, is Corey's gonna be starting at 5:45 CST. Hopefully, everything works okay, and he's able to do that. If he's not, we'll chill with you for probably about 35 minutes or something. Then we're probably gonna leave. I don't know why I put on my airplane pilot voice. If you guys look to the left, it's gonna be a little bit of turbulence over here. There's gonna be lots of stupid opinions.
We'll be delayed by 45 minutes. You should land in Las Vegas in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, which is it totally fits Corey's time because he might start in an hour and a half.
Bro, plane times are the worst, man. Is there anything more inconsistent than when a plane's gonna fucking land?
Which is kind of like the most important fucking ride that you want to know everything about. Like,
when the fuck am I gonna not be 30,000 feet in the air?
Yeah. It's like, can we hurry up, sir, or take your time?
You ever look at like the last like couple minutes of the plane going, I wonder if I jumped out of here if I'd make it.
Yeah. No, dude. For me, so I had this thing, by the way, and we'll shoot the shit a little bit before we get into topics and everything, because apparently we got more time to do the show. Sorry, chat, but have fun with us. The thing is, though, is like in my life, I've had so many moments where I've had like a lot of like positive, like, oh, this is gonna happen. I'm optimistic, blah blah, blah, and then I get lit down really, really bad, like really bad, like to the point where it's like it just kills my fucking spirit. So because of that, I deal with life where I just assume something bad's gonna happen, so I don't get so let down when it does happen. And then if it's something good that happens, I'm like really surprised and happy because I didn't expect things to go the way it's supposed to.
It's a tough lesson you learn. I'm similar where it's that. It's like you have to kind of always assume something negative is gonna happen. It does suck, but it's like I try not to let that overshadow my life. Where it's like something good happens, I'm like, oh, something bad has to even out. It's like no, just live life, man.
But the problem is though, because that works for my life all the time, except for plane rides. Because I always like when you do the takeoff and it starts turning, I'm like. Every single time it happens, dude, hopefully I don't get too dark for anybody, but like I literally just kind of look down like, so this is it, and I kind of do a prayer in my head. Like in my head, I'm like, I die right now. I'm literally dying. Don't scream like everybody else when it happens. Like literally.
What, you want to look cool before you go out?
I just don't want to go out like a pussy, man.
What? Everyone around you's out too, bro. It's not like that one guy. I made it. What got you through it, sir? There's this one guy that was just screaming his ass off. I couldn't help but laugh. Like, is that how you think it's gonna happen?
No, it's just like, who knows who's watching? I'll make it to heaven or hell, and then like that person's like, man, you went out like a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, what? Oh my fucking god. You're so up your own ass, and you have such a low ego. You assume once you get to the pearly gates, God's gonna be like, You went out like a bitch, bro. Get it? Like
No, because
what?
I might lose heaven points. You don't know.
Heaven.
Well,
Guys,
whatever the
this is like
equivalent
dealing
is.
with this guy. Do you think he puts this on for a show? This is real conversations I have with this man.
It's something that we should always be thinking about. You know what I mean?
He's not like, oh, am I going to go to heaven or hell? It's like, no, I might get made fun of in heaven.
I guarantee there's some assholes in heaven. The people I know that have died and went to church every day, they're probably up there because
That's not how that works.
I guarantee over there just in their stupid weens, like, whoa, welcome to heaven. You should really stop listening to corn. Flap,
I also
flap,
want
flap.
to point out not being an asshole to people is probably an indication whether or not you're going to get into heaven or not.
Well, yeah. I honestly don't think hell's that bad, probably.
No, probably isn't. The idea of hell being eternal to me always blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because the whole point is you repent and you're supposed to try to be better on earth, but then you fuck up you fuck up a couple times and you're eternally damned. I'm like, if you like are irrepensible, sure. If you don't give a fuck, yeah. But like, to me, I always thought of it as like a prison sentence. Like, you go there, you repent, you figure out what you did wrong, and once you accept your failings, you go into heaven. The idea that it's there forever, it's like, oh hey, you fucked up 50 years. Guess what? Ever in hell? I'm like, that makes no sense.
But there's a slight measure, like, just so you guys know in the chat, I'm totally aware that there's some mental illness going on there as far as me expecting to die every time I get on a plane.
No, that's not what they're fucking, like, everyone has that fear. That is a perfectly, like, valid concern, because if that shit goes down, that's your ticket. But I think they're more of the whole, the heaven hell points, you fucking crazy person.
Well, no, because like karma is that not heaven points before you get to heaven? You're like building credit before you get there.
No, karma's actually a completely different concept of Christian mythology.
Oh, there's too many gods, man. There's just like there's
Yeah.
karma, then there's like
Karma
witchcraft.
is more of a. I want to say karma was invented by the. I don't want to say it was Buddhist, but it's around that whole horoscope / that whole mystical thing where it's like the energy you put out in the universe, you'll get back. So the whole thing is if you put bad vibes out, bad vibes will come back to you. But it's I've never really believed in karma.
Yeah, and I don't even know much about that, but it's just kind of like versus like, Alan don't look like Angry Joe, but he's angry like Angry Joe. I'll tell you that fucking much.
Where did that come from? Did someone say I look like it? Or
Yeah, Dad Tracks. Dad Tracks was like Angry Joe's making sense. That's
hey, man, look, man, I don't have a problem with Angry Joe. I think sometimes he talks out of his own ass, but that's it.
But Georgia Cat says, anyone else Google plane crashes? So no, I don't. But here's the thing, though.
No.
I look up. Well, see, I look up how to survive it. And another thing I do, okay, this is gonna get. I'm so sorry. I'm going through a lot.
Has there ever been someone who actually like straight up survived a plane crash?
Yeah, there's ways. Yeah,
Like,
like,
there are people. It's like a plane will go down and like there'll be like 10 survivors. 200 people will go out.
one thing
like,
they say
it's
is
very
put your
rare.
feet up against the chair in front of you, and like make it like as if like it's a bed, because you can literally bounce off of it or use it as a stepping thingy for like the piece of metal and shrapnel start flying everywhere. It's fucking crazy. I don't know. But anyways,
At that point, I think I just really hope that I just like get a heart attack right before like the plane actually crashes.
At this point, like, if plane's going down, I'm just gonna chill. Just be, fuck it, let's go out.
Yeah. One thing.
There's nothing you do at that point. It's like a submarine fucking flooding. You're like, well, this is how I die.
There's a thing though I do. What's it called? On all my computers, I actually write kind of like a equivalent to a suicide note, but it's like, hey, I died in a plane crash note. So like before I leave, I have all my passwords for like the chat tag, for this, for that. You know, send this money to this person.
That's not a suicide note. That seems more like a will.
Nick is also nuts.
But I'm prepared though. Like if something happened and I go in a plane crash, or not, I go in a plane crash.
I go into a plane crash. I booked a plane crash for
That's fucking awful. Anyways, no, but like I just, like when everyone's like, man, I wish I could have said this. It's like I say it all right there. So it's like my whole life flashes before my eyes, like the entire way of going to the airport, because I'm like I've already, made peace with everything, and said everything I gotta say to anybody. So if I die, it's like, it kind of fits into plans.
I just hope that my head doesn't fucking explode, because like for me, it's like I'm very sensitive. I'm very sensitive to pressure. Mm-hmm. So going to a plane is torture. Like the whole time, it is just either my stomach or my head hurts the whole fucking time. I was thinking, man, I'm gonna bleed out my ears before this fucking ends.
No, dude, that takeoff, like that loudness, like, dude, I don't like being in fast cars. Like, even there's Lyft drivers that go fast, and I'm like, dude, hey, can you slow it down just a little? No, I mean,
if it goes no, and speeds it the fuck up.
Yeah, no, it's like slow down. I'm like, sir, I'm a pussy. Like, let's just fast forward. Like, I'm scared. Okay, slow the fuck down.
Yeah, what I've come to realize is that I'm very sensitive to turbulence and like any sort of like thing that's like falling. Like even in video games, like if you like, there's a game where you have to jump off like a high surface. My stomach literally dropped and I had to turn away. And like going on a plane, like the last time I was on a plane, like I was literally like shaking after takeoff, and then it was bad turbulence at nighttime too. So the lights are off. I'm basically just like holding my stomach, just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here. While the person just next to me, just like looking over, just like fucking little bitch. It's just turbulence, and I'm just like,
no, turbulence is not fucking just turbulence. I've been on a plane a bunch of times, but I've only had turbulence once. Plane fucking shook that almost jumped out of my seat because it was just such a big jump, and you're like, what the fuck did we hit? We're in the air.
But see, here's one thing that I'll start being like, okay, this is bullshit. I'm getting sick of this. I don't know what the fuck is about United, because like I've had movies on Delta, I've had movies on a lot of shit. Tell me why every fucking time I go on a fucking plane looking for movies, the first one I see is this motherfucker right here, Final Destination. Every fucking time.
That is the worst. That by the way, that plane sequence is like 20 minutes into the movie.
Yeah. We're saying,
see, that's why I can't watch those fucking movies because like they just make every little situation just seem like the absolute worst. Like there was one with a foot where some dude basically got caught in like a pool and then fucking exploded, and another one with some gymnastics girl basically like cracking her fucking neck. I'm just like, I can't watch these anymore. This shit.
Oh, they suck after maybe the second one. I watched the first one, and that just fucked me up for a while. I didn't even watch the second one because I was so scared.
Yeah, man. But no, like that seems fucked up. But here's the thing too: is like, so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch this. Let me look for some other movies. There's a bunch of romance movies and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, fuck all that. And I saw Fight Club, and I was like, huh, I'll watch Fight Club then. I put it on. There's a plane crash in the beginning.
Is there?
Yeah, for like 10 seconds. Like, but it's like, I just want to escape the plane crash thing. And then I find a movie that's like, Fight Club. There's no planes in here. They're all fighting underneath bars and shit. There's no plane. And there's a fucking scene like that.
That's fucking... it's like, you know what? Fine. Fight Club didn't work. Dark Knight Rises. God damn it.
Yeah, like, dude, like, there's a lot of movies with plane crashes. I don't like that one.
Yeah, because it's such a. I mean, Breaking Bad has also one too. It's such a traumatic event because it's hundreds of people dying in an instant. Mm-hmm. It's not like a boat where it's like a boat will take like an hour or half an hour to sink, or like even like a car collision where it's like, okay, like trains are kind of the same way too. But with planes, it's so much worse because you're so much higher in the air. And it's so normal. Like more people take planes than they would trains.
Oh, just okay. If I ever have my own airline, I'm only going to show movies with plane crashes on my planes. That's fucking great.
You just watch what was it? Soul Plane with the fucking really crappy dog fucking stuck in. I legitimately when they told me that the plot was, I'm not watching the movie. I'm not gonna watch a comedy where a dog gets fucking eviscerated. Like, don't worry, the CG is so bad you won't even notice. It might as well have been a JPEG going in there.
So let me ask you this though, since I'm a Final Destination, just for a second, we'll get into topics and everything too. But like, dude, one thing that was very, very effective on me from Final Destination, because I've always been scared of pools and my hair getting stuck at the bottom or some other shit. But the main one, more so than the plane, that traffic scene.
I've never seen it because the first movie scared me so much that I didn't want to watch the other ones. Because the thing is, for me, it's like it's the instant death that always gets me, not necessarily like the drawn out. Like for me, it was the girl getting hit by a fucking bus when she said, "I just want to live." Pa gets murdered by a bus.
Yeah.
Between that, Mean Girls, and a handful of other stuff, I legitimately had an irrational fear of crossing the street because I was afraid of getting hit by a bus.
Yeah, and it's like they do it so well.
Because in the movies, they always do. They cut away, and it's always like, this person exists. They no longer exist. It's like, holy shit, that bus just vaporized the person, and the bus just keeps going.
Yeah, it's so scary considering what all vehicles are capable of. But over here, dude, like, I will never look at a fucking log truck the same ever again after this movie. Like,
yep.
Dude, like, because imagine, like, all those logs, that's heavy shit, and, like, there's, like, damn near strings keeping them together. Like, why doesn't this happen
no, because of the fact that shit ever gets going, like, there's a lot of fucking, you have to actually be extremely careful where you're driving, driving on a certain side of the road. You're actually, as a civilian, not really ever supposed to drive behind the trucks. They have a lot of, it's high impact, like, rope that's keeping them in there, so it's like, for that exact reason, because they don't want to kill a bunch of fucking people if they hit a bump, they have a lot of protections for that shit.
Oh, dude, yeah, Tommy says never get in a tanning bed either. Yeah, that's another big one.
Oh, yeah, I saw a clip of that one. That one fucked me up.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Like I said, man, that movie was like, how many weird, like, because again, they always did like these weird, in some cases, extremely creative ways of killing people by just like normal shit where it's like, oh, this water, it hits here and it electrocutes and stuff like that. It's like, it's always almost exaggerated, but it's like, it's close enough.
Yeah. But there's a lot of these things that just pop up in my head, man. Like taking a shower and like you drop a little bit of shampoo or soap on like the bottom of the tub.
Oh,
like,
that still scares me. That's why I like small showers. People, they made fun of me because I wanted tiny showers. I hate the shower. You got to open a door and it's like this big room. No, I want a tiny ass shower. That way, if I fall, like I might be okay and only fall out of the fucking.
Well, the way you were describing it, like you were just like saying, like, yeah, I don't want a big shower. Like you want to basically just press your ass in your chest.
Yeah. What's the? I don't fuck. I'm not gonna fucking sit there and fall. And if I do, I'll fall hours instead of like fucking cracking my head or smashing through the fucking glass door.
Dude, one time I visited Jeb and got this Airbnb and he had this small shower and I was so fucking mad because Alan gets to say that shit with the full privilege of being like a short, tiny white dude.
Hey,
me,
yeah?
I'm in a
situation.
situation.
I'm Arab, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I fucking forgot again.
Asshole.
I'm sorry. Anyways, we went to the Airbnb and all the rooms were huge. It was like a really nice fucking place, but the shower was the size of like half my closet. I swear to God. To the point, guys, where my head, I kept hitting the fucking shower head, and I broke it. I had to literally message Airbnb guy like, "Hey, dude, so I'm sorry. I didn't want to say it was just me, so I said we broke the thing." But he saw me.
Hell?
I'm sorry.
Sold y'all the fuck out.
Well. And I was like, wait, like now it's gonna sound weird, but then also it's like he can't really think that we're doing something here because it's so fucking small. How the fuck could we? Like,
I mean, look, man, I believe in you.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm telling you, it was short. Like I'm
This is the first I'm hearing about this. Why'd you add me in that? That wasn't me. That was all you.
He said it was okay. He was like, it's alright. I'll buy another one.
Because remember, Nick will sell out anybody in an instant to cover his own ass.
But you won't have to worry about me hiding it from you. I'll just tell you.
Exactly. Small towers. Small showers, big toilets.
Well, he would also like small towers for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
You know?
But at the end of it, it's like, yeah, Nick will sell out anybody at the earliest convenience if it means he doesn't look as bad.
That's bullshit.
You just did it, though. You just proved it with
That's
Jet.
one time out of the 50 times I
did it
haven't
every
done.
single day with me.
That's because I don't like you. You pick
You
on
did that
me.
with Roxy all the fucking time.
Oh no, I say great shit about Roxy.
Oh,
She's not
fucking
crazy
shit.
at all.
Biggest liar.
Bullshit. Roxy comes in.
Well, to
she's
be
like,
fair, I would also sell out ganja in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. But no, like I'm just saying though, guys, like that shit sucked. I broke it with my fucking head. By the way, I could have sued the Airbnb guy. Who knows how much stupid shit I've said since then because of my fucking brain cells getting scrambled because I hit my fucking head. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. But no, dude, I'm just it's one of those privileges that Alan has. Being white and also being like tiny, he can fit into places like that too. And so congratulations, Alan.
I am not white. I am Arab. People will believe you.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? People, I'm wrong.
All the time.
So now I can call you.
But yeah, again, I don't want to slip and fall and die in the shower. And when it comes to because Ruthless in the chat basically saying small showers, big toilets, is because we used to have a toilet at my school back when I was a kid, and I hated them because of the way they were shaped. It would almost feel like my ass cheeks weren't on the fucking toilet, and I was always afraid I was shitting on the back of it, or I was gonna get it all over me.
You mean like they were like overflowing, like your skin was like hugging it or whatever, right?
Yeah, I felt like it didn't feel like I was in the proper spot, or I was gonna like shit. Like it didn't feel like it. I'm trying to adjust it, but I don't want to spend 20 minutes adjusting on a fucking toilet. I just want to sit down and be good. So it's like I always hated those fucking things. That and the sinks, man. Have you ever had the really tiny fucking sinks that you could barely get your fucking hands in?
No, yeah, those suck too. But I will say, have you ever like looked at toilets from the front and just like, God, you look goofy as fuck? Like they made toilets look stupid, man.
What?
Like look over here. It looks like it has a gap in his fucking tooth right here. It's like,
yeah, that's for your dick.
Like, hey, come shit me.
What? Are you high?
That toilet looks stupid as fuck.
You look stupid as fuck. Motherfucker's talking about like a toilet. Motherfucker, thing's not alive. That's fucking not anthropomorphizing an object, man.
What if they made like an appliance Toy Story movie or whatever the fuck? Like that'd be hilarious if like that toilet had like a voice actor like Seth Rogen or whatever, like, duh, dude, you can take a shit me. That looks like Seth Rogen.
I cannot believe we've gone a minute talking about this.
I'm sorry, man. Here's the thing, though. I do like big toilets though. I'm gonna try to find this one. I don't know what the fuck to call it.
And by the way, circular toilets are better than the whole curved toilets.
I don't even know much of a difference.
Well, no, because there's one that it curves to a point like a fucking cowboy boot for some goddamn reason. But I prefer the ones that are just big circular ones because again, it just sits. It feels better to sit.
But no, I'm trying to find this one because so there's a toilet that like it kind of has like a curve going upward. So it's like folding your body, like because there's been experts.
That sounds horrible.
No, there's been experts who say like technically the way you're supposed to shit is almost like scissors. Like you're supposed to like fold and like your knee is supposed to go up, and it's like it's not like scissors.
What?
There's another word for it. It's like a what's those squeezy thingies? I know, man. I'm bad at names for shit, but like I swear to God, it's like a tool.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You
Jet,
sound like you're describing a torture device.
Yeah, the knees go up. I'm like, knees don't go up; they bend down.
No, that's what I'm saying.
A squatty potty?
Yeah, it's like that. It's like because like okay, so you know when they have like those things where you step on it and then you put your ass in the toilet. There's toilets that already have that in it, so you can fold yourself, and apparently it makes like really easy shits. So for people who have like hemorrhoids and shit, like you're not putting yourself through a bunch of crap. Like, but it's so weird because I never knew that was important, but it's actually a very, very important part of going to the bathroom. And there you go, you got some information now. See, when you watch Chat Chat, you get to learn new stuff.
Yeah, you get to watch Nick learn new words.
Yeah, I still don't know the name of that tool that I'm trying to refer to, but it's pretty amazing though. So
I can't wait till you finally are able to read. It'll be my proudest moment.
Okay, guys, if I bring this up again tomorrow when Roxy's in here and everything, and I'm gonna have the right word, I just want you guys to know that Alan had no faith in me on explaining this.
I still don't have faith that you'll bring it up. I have faith you'll bring it up tomorrow because you want to try to get someone on your side, but then you'll immediately forget the word.
You're not wrong. Just forget.
I have faith you'll forget.
Thank you so much, sir. You fucking asshole. Anyway, so.
Yep.
We do got normal shit to talk about, guys, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yes, we do. First of all, man, I'll get this out of the way because I'm going to assume that people don't really want too many spoilers from us right now as far as Invincible goes because they want to listen to Corey and stuff. But just know, guys, we will be talking about that too. So if you want to come back and hear us talk about that, that'll be fun. I would like to do that. But firstly, I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit older now. I had tons of faith for this movie. I like Tom Clancy. I like Michael B. Jordan. I was like, oh, shit, here we go. Amazon Prime, I got faith in you guys. Gotta tell you, man, this movie is everything wrong with all action movies in the world to the point where I try to sell this shit to Jet. And Jet's like, oh, fuck, it's me saying anything. I'm like, oh, Jet, you're just being, Jet. You're trying to dislike
When did you watch the movie, Nick? I got a question. When did you watch it?
Like, we mean when? Like, during the day? Like, what do you mean?
Did you watch it, like, when did you watch it? Did you watch it today, yesterday?
Oh, today.
So, that's your fault. I texted this man, don't watch this movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, because sometimes me and Alan just disagree, but with action movies, Alan does have a pretty good, like, I don't know, taste on things. Like, I can trust you quite a bit.
Yeah, that's why I texted him, because, like, legitimately, I did not like this movie at all. And I texted him, like, bro, I don't know if you watched it yet, but I'm saving you, like, 2 hours. Don't fucking watch this movie. It is boring as fuck.
Yeah, but and here's the thing. I'm not going to make this about Michael B. Jordan all that much, because it's like, I think that he did as good as he could do, but, like, man, Jet, like, I got to be honest. When it comes to action movies, from now on, I think I just might take your word for it and just not even watch it. Because you've been pretty much like 95% correct on all these fucking terrible things. But at what point, Jed, did you feel like, okay, yeah, this ain't it, Chief?
When you turned it on?
It can't be that goddamn soon, okay? Like, obviously these movies got to start off trying to explain shit and try to, and then this did something different. Like, even though it's in Syria, it was about Russians. That's a little bit different. We haven't had Syria and Russians trade off.
We gotta go. I mean, they actually gave a place. They didn't just make up a Middle Eastern place. But it's like, hey, go to the Middle Eastern area, be, colonizing military man. But oh no, it's Russians, the other people we can shoot.
Well, here's the thing too, though, and God, you're right too. Like not to like pretend like I give a fuck about Russians or Russia or anything like that, but it's like, man, they just use the fuck out of them too, though. Like, hey, those are people that we don't get along with. Kill them. Like, Jesus Christ, America. But one thing I like too is that it wasn't brown. So like every time we go to Syria or anywhere.
Oh yeah, because they're in Syria.
Well, no. They still do the filter. Usually it's this time I think they had a bluer filter.
Yeah, when they're in somewhere like Russia or something like that, they'll use a lighter filter. But when they're somewhere like in the Middle East, they'll use a dark as fuck filter. Like it's fucking orange.
Well,
like
this one
there's
was
a slight
orange.
difference. The Mexico one is yellow, and then the fucking Arab one is a little bit darker.
And by the way, it's been scientifically proven as far as like colors go and tones. Like those tones are supposed to be like poor, ugly, gross,
It's no, it's to look
nauseating.
different. It's supposed to be like, how do you differentiate America? America's supposed to be bright, colorful, multiple colors, sunny. How does another area look? Well, it's sandy, right? So everything looks yellow. But Mexico's also sandy, so we had to do a different shade of that. What was the movie? Extraction got called out because of how overt the fucking sepia tone was. Because remember, light and white is normal. Anything that's spectrum of yellow is foreign.
Yeah, but it's frustrating because it's like, for one, like that tone, it's made a certain way to look lesser than. It's not just different; it's also lesser than, and that's what's frustrating because, like, and you look at like I forgot the word for it, but like in Canada or anywhere northern, like anything with snow, or whatever, they have like a light blue tone, which is supposed to mask like depression, or not mask it, but it's supposed to. It's like reversing of mask. It's supposed to accentuate. Man, it's depressing. It's blue. It's overcast. It's just
Well, yeah,
sleepy,
yeah,
you know.
kind of stuff like that, or just necessarily, it's like this is a colder area. How do you tell that this place is Canada? Well, always make it a little bit winter. Always make it a little bit colder. Have people in jackets. So it's like, oh, because America's warm, sunny in LA/California/Florida type shit. That's America. Whereas Canada, it's supposed to be, oh, we're in igloos and shit.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like silly how they do that, and they don't do anything different here. It's the exact same thing. But what I had like some kind of like faith for is like there's a part in here where one of Michael B. Jordan's friends here, and I guess it's not encompassing the entire screen, so I'll do it like this. But the girl on the very, very left is essentially like his most trustworthy person that was on his squad or whatever, and she's essentially like he's not, he's not good to attack these bad guys because his family got killed by them, and he fucking wants to make this personal, and everybody else is like, no, he can do it. I'm like, wow, that's actually a little bit different because usually the friend would be like, you can go do it. We got your back. Blah 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 blah.
What? No, this is generic as fuck. Because for people that didn't watch the trailer, the premise of this movie is Michael B. Jordan, him and a bunch of his buddies, they do a random op in Syria. Turns out it was Russians, and they're like, okay, it's over. Come back home, and the Russians want revenge, so they kill a bunch of the soldiers that were a part of it, and they go after Michael B. Jordan. But because Michael B. Jordan's the main character, he survives the initial attack and goes, hey, I want to do this shit. Rah, rah, I'm crazy. They killed my wife and unborn kid. Rah rah. That's every action movie. Some of my favorite action movies are just basic fucking premises. The thing about it is the scene Nick's talking about is in every action movie where it goes, you're unstable, you're off the edge, and everyone's like, yeah, but he's exactly the guy we need. It's like, really? He does not seem any more competent than anyone else around him.
But that's what I liked about it. Was like, okay, like granted, like yeah, he's probably not as competent versus all these other people because he's so emotionally charged. But it was like, you know what? I like this villain because it's clearly that these people are going to be the villains, and they essentially are like, go ahead and go do it. And I'm like, I thought they're going to go with the rebellious, like, man, fuck the government, man, fuck the establishment and authority. I'm going to do what I want. And this was like, no, like, we're going to allow you to do it because we're so evil and we just want you to go fuck people up. And it's like, okay, makes sense, especially, like, the entire, like, idea of, because what they're trying to do, these bad guys, people, essentially what the synopsis is trying to hint at and kind of reveals later on in the end of the movie, we'll talk spoilers here because it's not too much to spoil. But they're trying to instigate a war between Russia and America. And essentially, when they had these Russians come and kill Michael B. Jordan's people, the reason why is because if they see Russian bodies over there on American soil, then it looks like, oh shit, well, now we killed their people. So then when they see our people getting killed over there, then Russia is going to be like, hey, you killed our people. And then there you go, war. But the thing is, though, it's like, that's a cool storyline and it's not too emotional. But then it's like, okay, we did kill this man's family. But to give the movie some respect here and to say fuck this trailer, this part never happens.
He does cry in the bed, but he never opens his mouth. And I was like, wait, I remember seeing that trailer. So I kept I was like, maybe I looked away real quick and didn't notice it. I was like, no, I watched the scene over and over. They take out that real emotional crux. And the thing when it comes to action movies are generic as fuck. And thank you for the follow.
Yeah, thank you so much.
They're supposed to be like, oh, generic, somebody fucks with me, so I need to go fuck with them. That's every action movie. But what allows you to differentiate one movie from another is how much you care about the main character struggle. And Michael B. Jordan is proven to be a good actor. Again, Black Panther is probably the most notable, but again, Fruitvale Station. I personally, the first time I ever saw him was Chronicle, and he was fantastic there. Like Creed 1 and 2. Like he can act his ass off. But with this, like they take it away from there. And I don't want to say necessarily they forget the wife exists, but the anger, and you think, oh, he's going to be unhinged. It's going to be like a Punisher type situation.
Yeah.
No. he just gets really angry, does something that's probably the only cool thing in the whole movie, and then just kind of goes, yeah, man, military stuff, yeah, cool, making jokes and stuff. I'm like, you just turned into a different character.
To the point where he's literally in an airplane with one of his buddies, the girl chick, wow, I'm great with words, guys. But he starts like fucking with her hair, and like they go.
Do you remember literally anyone in this like movie's name?
No.
John.
And we don't remember his last name, and I guarantee you it's like...
Literally the only person's name I remember is Pam, because it just like, that, when he said that shit, I was just like, that is the most boring-ass name to give someone who obviously is going to fucking die.
No, Jet's right about that, too. It's like, no last name, no like, what we're going to name our daughter, nothing like that. It's just like, Pam! And then the only reason why we know about this, by the way, guys, is that's like a big storyline point. You're going to say her name before you die. Hey Pam! Say Pam!
At the end of the day, we're talking a lot about the story, but again, an action movie. So action movies, simplistic premise, they generally get a lot of the characters, supposed to at least. But again, why are you here? You're here for the action scenes, and they all suck. Every single fucking one of them. The only cool thing in this entire fucking movie is when the thing you saw in the trailer, which was like the fucking end of the trailer, where he lights a car on fire and fucking, has a conversation to him. Like, that was kind of cool. And in the movie, it was kind of cool to see that sequence. Yeah. Nothing interesting happens throughout the rest of the fucking movie, and it is literally the first half an hour. I was like, oh, that's cool. I can't wait to see the rest of the movie. This movie's going to go crazy now. It literally just relaxes and go, yeah, we're going to do this. Oh, we're going overseas. Cool. Oh, no, we're a plane. And one of the most, speaking of plane crashes, one of the most boring plane crashes I've ever seen. We got to get the gear or we can't do the mission. I'm like, really? We can't figure out another way to deal with this? It's like, he's unhinged. Actually, no, he's perfectly reasonable for that the entire fucking movie.
Yeah, he's very reasonable to the point where he even has, like, good Rainbow Six squad leader fucking skills still. I'm like, okay, I mean, that's cool. He's confident, but it's like, this would have made more sense for before, like, Pam dies. So that was so strange.
Well, Pam got hurt and she's in the hospital where it's like he's angry, but he's not unhinged. Like, his family's gone, and he's like, yeah, he's making jokes with his buddy and pulling her ear. I'm like, what? Bro, like, I'm not saying he should just be in the back fucking cutting himself with a knife, but, like, he shouldn't be sitting there fucking, like, pulling his friend's ear, literally pulling your ear. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, and not to, like, really be nitpicky here, but there's, like, parts, and I'm trying to find it in the trailer, and they're not really showing it because they're really focusing on the action, I guess, somewhat. The trailer focused more on action.
Oh, the action! The two scenes in the movie that are half decent, which, again, is the fire, and then there's the fight where he fights a couple of police officers. I was like, yeah, the hand-to-hand choreography is great. The shootouts are all terrible.
Yeah, like, guys, I'm actually going to pull up the movie because, like, there's a part that I feel like, and I don't know if Corey touched on it or anything, but someone has to say something about this shit. But in the beginning of the movie, and people can probably hear the audio or whatever, but there's a part where, here it is. So let me go ahead and get rid of X-Ray. Damn fucking Amazon.
I like the X-Ray, though. I wish everyone did that.
No, me too. I like it, too. But there's a part over here, guys. Like, I have anxiety meeting people's family. Granted, I met Jeff's family, and I bonded with them.
I'm curious where you're going with the scene.
But, dude, there's a part where, like, so this guy is basically, and the guy he's talking to is from Fear the Walking Dead. I'm going to lower this, just so you guys aren't too confused. But
I think I recognize him. Yeah. I was wondering where I recognized him from.
This is it. So there's a part where he's, like, talking to him about the war. He's like, oh, yeah, we know it's going to be harder, man. It's going to be, you dealing with the kids and everything. It's going to be a lot crazier than being in the military. You know what I'm saying, man? The whole thing. And then Michael B. Jordan looks at him, and I swear to God, I was literally like this laugh he does. Wrong fucking screen again. Like, I'm trying to get to the right spot, but it's so right there. It's like it's so fucking fake, and his laughing is like ha 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 ha. And I'm like, okay, this is so cringy, and my body hurts watching this. But I'm like, clearly that other guy he's talking to, the other black dude, he's gonna be like he's gonna be an enemy. Maybe he betrayed him or something. It never gets brought up. I was expecting a twist with this guy.
I wasn't expecting anything at all. That was a typical. That to me, that was a typical. Like, I don't even remember that the guy was the father or just a friend. But like, It was a typical. Oh man, you think being in the military, getting shot at? Well, being a parent, it's like typical. Like, no matter how hard your job is, being a parent's hard. I'm like, yeah, whatever. That was a typical banter, and him kind of laughing because like, yo, man, I've seen people get blown the fuck up. So it's like. To me, like, I forgot that scene existed. I was like, oh, I didn't know that stuck with you that much.
Yeah, it stuck with me a bunch because I'm like, okay, like, right after they show that, they show another scene that's hilarious to me. But this guy's like, well, I'm just taking up the trash.
Oh, bro, I laughed my ass off. Yeah. Dude, it is so lame. It is so lame. Because we were talking about like how visceral it is in like the Final Destination movies, where it's like, oh, I can't believe that person died. This is just casually. I was like, oh, he died. Like, you're like, oh, and then it cuts. I'm like, oh, the other death for another character is so lame too. Where I'm like, bro, this is just
that's fucking
so bad.
Right. Yeah, like garbage day.
By the way, is that the guy from Transformers 4, or was I losing my mind?
No, that's T.J. Miller you're thinking about, right?
No. The guy that was dating Mark Wahlberg's daughter.
Okay, shit, I don't remember because I didn't even know if he was Irish.
He looked just
not.
like him, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah, Tommy's like, did Liam Hemsworth just get
Look, yes.
Like the other one,
yeah.
The other one was cool. This one we're talking about, and I keep hitting the wrong shit.
Nah, it was lame. It was just like, I'm on the phone. Oh, I was out with the boys. So either he's gay or cheating. And I'm like, that never matters. Like, and then the guy goes poo 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 poo. It's just all the deaths are lame. It's, like you should feel some sort of visceral emotion where these people that are probably good people, they're friends of they're friends of, let's say Marky Mark, they're friends of Michael B. Jordan. But you never really give a fuck. Hell, Michael B. Jordan never actually acknowledges their deaths. Like, he never really gives a fuck.
Well, he never finds out, right?
No, he does know, because he knows a bunch of people died. But he never really cares, because like they're supposed to be like the band that they have at the start. It's like, oh, they're friends. He cares about his wife, but he doesn't really. Because at one point, it's like,
let's get into that, because the wife thing. We'll talk about cringy moments. Tell me if I'm wrong here, and I'll totally admit that I'm wrong. This was I felt sorry for Michael B. Jordan. The way the camera's angled, the way this is written, the shit he's supposed to say to her, like,
oh, dude, it wasn't cringy. It was uncomfortable. Because the woman was just like, no, I don't want to. I'm like, okay, please stop the scene. Like, I know you're supposed to be this loving husband, but I'm like, this is like, I don't know, man. Both of y'all are just not acting like, she should be like a little bit playful, but it sounds more like, it's worse than it is. It's supposed to be like a playful banter, but I don't know. To me, it felt way worse.
No, it reminds me of like a couple who is falling out of love with each other, and they're trying to be like lovey-dovey in front of friends. You know what I mean? Just like, oh, baby. Yes. I'm not talking to you, baby. I'm talking about baby girl in your baby tummy. And my baby. Oh, thank you. Anyways, get the fuck out of here. I'm going to go to sleep.
Go downstairs and in your underwear listening to music in the dark. Why are you doing that? So when they cut the power, you won't notice it.
Yeah. Who fucking sits there? For one, too, by the way, guys, he was on a laptop. When you turn off the fucking electricity, the laptop's battery just doesn't go pew.
Well, actually, he probably was down there for like an hour. I actually kind of like that. Because I'm like, how's he going to figure it out? Oh, his laptop was on for a while. Let me plug it in. Huh. I was like, oh, wow, that's not a bad way to, like, I guess, figure it out. Because, like, well, again, he's sitting in the dark chilling. So he's like, yo, what the fuck's going on? He's not going to notice the lights are off. So I'm like, that was kind of okay, I guess. I don't know what he's listening to, but my brain kept telling me that was Post Malone. Because whatever he's listening to is garbage. He has trash-tasted music.
Actually, I kind of like the song that was playing.
That song was terrible.
And I gotta get Jet's opinion on this real quick, but in that scene, I felt myself getting jealous because I was like, look, we all know he's the sexiest man alive. That's the whole magazine thing that's going on. Like, he won like 2 months worth of like, I'm the sexiest man in America. But there's a part where they just have him in his fucking chonies, just chilling, listening to fucking music, and then he gets up and it's like the fucking moonlight from the windows like shining on him. He's just sitting there all buff, like, guess I'll just sit here.
I hope you're not thinking that basically I was watching it with you to watch Michael B. Jordan, because I couldn't fucking care less. You know how many times I walked up out of this fucking movie? Because the thing is, I don't even remember him being fucking.
Nick, I think you're just attracted to him.
No, I'm attracted to him. Yeah, no, he's fucking. Dude, like, that's the body I want to like make for myself. Like, I fucking. That's like a role model right there, dude. But the thing is, though, it's like, I'm not saying, Jet, that you were watching it for that, by the way, because you kept fighting me on even watching it. You want to get the fuck out of there.
I didn't know what the fuck it was. You kept basically saying, like, oh, I know you're not going to like this movie. It's like, what is it? It's this. I don't know what that is. Oh, you don't have to watch it. You know what?
Do you
if
still
you
not know
want
what
to
it
watch
is?
so bad, I'll watch it.
Jet,
I still don't know what the fuck the name of the fucking movie. You just sit there and watch it.
I still want to point out that I'm mad too, because I texted this man yesterday as I was watching the movie. Goes, this sucks, and he's like, you know what? Alan's wrong about all things. Let me talk to my girl. Oh, you think it's gonna suck? I should listen to you more often. I told you that like 24 hours before you watched it.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna listen to Jet more. I'm gonna listen to you, and I still didn't listen to her. So shit, I don't know what to say.
You again, Jet. You should have listened to it, because Jet wouldn't have to watch that shitty ass movie.
The thing is,
tell him, Jet.
Well, I barely watched. I walked out like 5 times and came back, and I was just like, okay, let me guess what happened. This, and this, and he was just like, yeah. Just like,
I got so bored of this movie that at the hour mark, I just went and took a nap. and then went back and finished it.
Makes sense because I went to sleep so many times during this. But that scene though, I felt like wow, like looking at this fucking guy, I'm just kind of like, did they like? I don't know if like they were trying to make him look sexy. Like that's the thing. It's like for me, I'll watch shit with like dudes like a Sylvester Stallone with Rocky. I don't think they're trying to make him look good. I think sometimes he's just buff and girls like him.
They're always trying to make him look good. They're always trying to make him look cool when he's punching. Like they didn't do the whole sexy abs scene.
He's a boxer though, so it kind of makes sense. Cause like
yes, but again, they also wanted to make him look good because they wanted the guys to go, "Holy shit, I have to be like Rocky tomorrow." And all the girls like, "Wow, Rocky's a real man because he's sensitive." That's again. It's not like as overt as we see a lot of times, but it's like, and even this wasn't as overt as you're saying. I think you were just projecting. But it's like, yeah, you always have the whole sexy thing. Because yeah, guess what? Like,
well, okay, you say projecting, but I'm gonna show that scene really quick. Like,
oh my fucking god!
I mean, it is in the dark, so you can't see too much. But like, he's shining. Oh, like this is a perfect scene right here, dude. Like, he's just sitting over here, just like, what's that noise? I guess I'll get my sexy ass up and go look for it. I put it on.
That's you projecting, bro.
But no. Oh, I'm gonna show you.
Okay, we'll point out that this dude that
the only thing was pick something up. What was sexy about that?
No, it was before that, but it's all right. I'm gonna show you one more though, because this one I was like, all right, we get it. Okay, but this scene, I started getting mad. He's over here in this fucking thing. Tell me why he had to go do this. The guy's like, hey, like, you get out of here, bro.
What are you talking about? Like, why do you have to do this? Because for the next action scene.
You had to take your shirt off for the action scene? You can't wear
yes,
your fucking
okay, dude, that action scene is the only good one in the movie.
Yeah, it doesn't. What's that to do with him?
Okay, because again, it does everything that I like in an action movie. It was well shot as far as with the camera.
Dude, shirt off.
The character was setting up prior, so he gets the one claw to put around his knuckles in order to. Don't watch the movie. Skip to the scene. But the shirt there is actually extremely interesting because he puts it in there so that there's water on the ground so that they will slip because the guards aren't expecting the floor to be wet.
What was it supposed to be like a fucking old silly kids movie where like fucking
no, because again he's wearing shoes right now. He's wearing either shoes or socks right now, so he's not going to slip. They're all wearing combat boots, so it's going to be very slippery for them. So he's basically using it because they have like batons and shields and shit. So he's setting up a story before it even gets to the fight. So like, oh, you're expecting that.
They never slip, Alan.
They do actually. One guy slips and falls and breaks the fucking thing. That's why the water goes out even more. That literally happened.
Okay, that's one guy who did that, and I really do.
That's all. It only needs one guy.
Well, like, come on, dude. Like all that water just for one guy go.
Dude, that fucking cell is like 5x8, man.
And it's silly too because like for one, the fact that this scene was gonna come up, and look, I agree with you. The scene actually is cool. So just so you guys know, I'm talking shit about it because this movie just fucking sucks, all right?
It does. But I gotta bring up the only good scene in the movie.
But the thing is though, is like when that happens, I was expecting him to come in like Home Alone and just have like some dude do a Joe Pesci like.
Oh, you wanted the whole slip?
Yeah, like what is this Three Stooges dumbass shit? They walk in.
That's what you wanted. So you wanted it to be a cartoon. You're letting me. Oh, who's this cartoon bullshit? I wanted it to be like a cartoon.
Like, come on, dude. Like, really, I got an idea,
no, fuck
guys.
You think you're
all these cops are
like...
trying to kill me. I'm one black dude in a cell. All these white cops in here clearly fuck me up. But
he
I'm gonna beat them
wanted
with water.
He wanted a chance to fight them off.
That's silly. That is some silly.
Not silly, but you wanted the Home Alone shit.
Well, if you're gonna be silly, be funny. This shit sucks.
So
he's putting water himself. Why are you putting water? Like, oh, I'm gonna get my man boobs all wet.
Because he's in pain right now and he needs a cold to help numb up his wounds because he got shot.
Oh, they never explain that.
And they don't have to. He got shot and he's touching his wounds.
Water does not take pain away, Alan. He got shot.
Cold water will put cold water on a wound to help numb it up. It's not going to be instant, but it's going to help.
Jet, is that true?
That water can help. Yeah, water is used for healing all the time.
You always pick Alan's fucking side. Bullshit.
No, what are you talking about? Nobody picks my side.
Okay, so that might be true too.
Like everything in that scene. That's why I like that scene because there's so much to break down in there. Every other action scene is, oh god, gotta shoot things. Oh no, I can shoot, and I don't know if I'm killing them or not. Whatever, who cares?
God, look, this is me right now.
I'm not trying to save the movie.
Fuck. Oh, I can't get through that fucking thing.
Because he has a headache, and he's trying to get himself hyped in the moment, man.
Oh man, like this would.
He's about to get ready. Like if that entire scene was great.
If this was Creed, all these things you're saying would have fit. This movie does.
What are you talking about? That's how Creed starts.
Yeah, take the water out though.
Literally, you see him hyping himself up for a fight with like bandages and everything. That's how Creed 1 starts.
I know, but this is different. Look at that. Look at stupid water on the floor. And I know you guys can't see it well. I'm so sorry, but it is what it is.
When they think something is dumb, It's like his brain goes, "Hey man, think that's stupid. Why? Just do it." It's like, but
No.
but it's probably not. No, do it. And then as soon as someone argues, it's like, yeah, wait a second. He's arguing with me. No. I'm gonna have to prove it's stupid. It's like, what? You just find a hole
Are
and you
you
make a
back
house.
to proving my point?
You're not, is what I'm trying to say.
Look
you
at
just
this.
try so
Look,
hard.
you're
with
just
someone
kicking him. No one's slipping down. Everyone's cool.
that guy just slipped.
No, he didn't. He fell down. He pushed it. He hit him. He hit him, and then he was like,
The guys are slipping on the fucking ground, man.
No, look at this. Like, for one, that's silly. Why would that work? Oh, and he didn't slip. He hit him, and he fell down and broke the sink. So there you go. I'm right, Alan.
But again, the guys were slipping. They weren't as like cartoony as Joe Pesci, but they were not. They didn't have as much fucking. They didn't have as much traction as he did because he's wearing socks.
Bro, I'm just saying, they weren't slipping, and you're tripping.
No, you're just trying to find any way to justify that, like your extreme attraction. There's nothing wrong with that.
What's that to do with extraction? Like,
you're like fucking talking about his shirt off, and I'll explain this entire conversation stem from the fact that you wonder why he took his shirt off.
Oh yeah, that's true. Damn, I think I do love him. Anyways.
Yes.
Wait, now that you mention it. Man, no, I'm sorry. Like that's something that can, like, you have your points and that's cool, and I'm gonna agree or disagree with you. I'm gonna use that card for this. That water scene was so fucking dumb to the point where it's just kind of like, like if that really does work, it's like why wouldn't any of these guys have like shoes that would be able to withstand that? Like really?
Well, because no, it's because combat boots themselves, like there's the rubber and rubber on the ground is wet. The reason why the reason that scene exists in the movie is not that nobody could think about it, is that it's trying to showcase, because that happens right after the fire scene. It's trying to show that he's an unorthodox thinker. It's supposed to add to his character. It's like, oh, this guy thinks outside the box, because they mentioned that later on in the movie. Oh, when he got things outside the box, even though he subsequently never thinks outside the box afterwards. He just does normal military shit. But the point of that scene is like anyone else. Like again, you wanted the exact same scene with the exact same setup. Suicide Squad with Deathstroke. Or Deadshot, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, Will Smith. And once again, I think that scene was very much like, look at Will Smith's amazing body, and he's like punching thing. And it's like, do you have to have your shirt off, Will Smith?
But again, that wasn't as interesting, because that was just, oh, look how cool he is. Where this actually has a lot.
I Am Legend too, by the way, because he's taking a shower and you see Will Smith butt, and I'm like, wow, dude, like this is total fucking like you're trying to get the girls to go, oh my god, and it's like you didn't.
And the guys, including Nick.
Well, by the way, too, 2021. You think you're gonna insult me, calling me gay? Like,
no, I'm not insulting you. I just want you to admit it because you're bringing this up like it made you mad. I'm like, just say you enjoyed it.
I'm jealous. Can a man be jealous?
No, you're mad it exists. I'm like, don't be mad. I'm like, yeah, I'm jealous of Michael B. Jordan too, but I'm proud of the motherfucker. Like, let him be him. Let him be sexy.
No, fuck that. I don't want him to win anything. Fuck that guy.
Let him win everything, man.
God damn.
Make a sequel to Chronicle. Oh no, he died in Chronicle. Damn.
Then he's like into anime too, so like all the fucking anime nerds are like, well, god, a Naruto run. It's like they can't get no ass now too, because Michael B. Jordan be fucking scooping that all up. It's
no,
like,
just no. Again, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, he's into anime too, so it's not like, oh, anime is only for unfit people. It's like, no, anyone can enjoy this shit. Like, break down the fucking barriers, especially when it comes to race.
I guess
because most people think like weeaboos are all fucking racist.
Kirk says, stay tuned for Spiral Review where Nick bootlegs it and loves it until he sees it in HD. Fuck you, man.
Wait, which movie?
Spiral, because it's going to be coming out soon. Corey's calling me.
I legitimately don't want to watch that movie. Yeah, because Corey Polish has started right now. I'm assuming that's an update call. Honestly, man, I don't know about you, Jeff, but I'm not really looking forward to Spiral. I don't think Chris Rock...
I've never seen any of the Saw movies, so I'm probably not going to watch it.
Any reason?
I don't like torture porn.
That 100% fair. I recommend watching the second and third one. That's right before they go like, oh, we're gonna be as torturous crazy. There's still a lot of stuff going on, but those are probably the two best ones. I've never seen the first one. I know people enjoy that, but I just don't think it's gonna be good because I don't think Chris Rock can pull off serious acting. He tries, but I don't think he can nail it.
That trailer was funny as fuck, but. Moving on really quick, too, and I'll respond to you motherfuckers about Mortal Kombat, goddammit. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not.
I liked it. I love that fucking movie, man.
Me too. Great. But I will say, though, guys, after I did think about it, though, because like even the bootleg, I was like, oh, I kind of like this movie.
If you betray me, I will never forgive you.
No, I'm still 4 out of 5. I love that movie. It's probably the best movie. There's no movie I'm going to like more than that this whole year, especially just without remorse shit. But... there's a lot of fucking things around Mortal Kombat, man. There's so.
100%. Oh no, I agree. Not liking Cole, yeah. There's a lot of problems with this movie, but like for everything that I hated, there's something that I didn't. So it's like it evens out to being a fantastic. Was I entertained? Fuck yeah. But it's like again, and by the way, I say this like every single day. I don't believe in perfect movies, and I would never give this movie a perfect rating either.
Yeah, but speaking of movies that do not deserve perfect ratings, the last thing I'll talk about really quick is just, man, what a terrible last man standing situation here with this villain. That was an obvious turn, and
this is the worst scene in the movie.
Yeah, it easily is. Why don't you tell people why you think that, by the way?
Okay, so spoiler in case you for some fucking reason want to watch this movie, even though I'm hilariously getting an ad for the movie I'm about to talk shit to. Explain. So the whole point of the movie is like America and Russia, they're going to war, and someone's like, I want to start a war. So the plot twist of this whole thing is it turns out that the CIA, so shockingly enough, is basically orchestrating this whole fucking thing. And now he's basically trying to figure out who. And you're thinking it's the guy that's being overtly evil the whole movie. It's like, no, turns out it's the guy that's being nice. Because remember, if you're a nice guy in the government, you're actually evil.
Yeah.
So after all the bullshit happens and he somehow survives Russia, he goes back, he talks to him in the bathroom, and he goes, yeah, man, a bunch of bullshit happened. I think it was the director of the CIA. Guy Pearce here goes, no, she's a good person. She's a patriot. And the guy goes, yeah, well, some guy was tied to a chair and blew up. It's like, yeah, she would never do that. Oh, you weren't surprised by that. I'm not surprised by anything. You're evil. It's like he gave a natural response to your question. But because the movie needs to end in 15 fucking minutes, he's the bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, that was honestly one of the worst.
Did you believe, like, when he said that? Oh, yeah, okay, of course. Did you think, oh, that's fucking confession?
Yeah, no, like, it doesn't make sense to me because, like, and granted, like, yeah, maybe that's why Michael B. Jordan as a character is better than me, and that's why, you know, his intuition is, like, fucking amazing. But it's like, for me, there was nothing there that, I mean, especially, like, you know, they're in a public place, he could easily be caught by other people. It's like, you would look back, what information do you have that can prove that this guy's a fucking bad guy just because you're paranoid about some shit he just said? They don't actually, he doesn't even find out for sure if he's a bad guy until they're driving in a car. And I'm like, yeah, you're already broke so many laws before you even got into the fucking passenger seat. Who fucking wrote this? This is stupid.
It felt like the movie just had to end where it's like, as soon as I saw that line, because, okay, look, I'm not saying I was surprised, because at this point in the movie, like, this is the only character that had more than 2 lines of dialogue. So the other guy that's basically been an asshole the whole movie, turns out he's not. So it's like, it has to be the only other person that got a line of dialogue and the biggest name in the fucking movie next to Michael B. Jordan. But the fucking quote-unquote reveal is so lame that I'm like, that's a natural response. That is not a... If he said, oh, man, it's not like she tied a guy to a chair, ha, ha, ha. Oh, how did you know that? You told him a detail... And he goes, yeah, she would never do that. That's a natural response to a fucking crazy statement. But again, the movie has to end.
Yeah, and it ends in a way, too, where I'm just like, you guys have no way to end this, like, with a big, like, set piece to the point where it's like, hey, you know what? You know, when you're all out of fucking things, let's just drive right into goddamn water.
And remember, he puts his seatbelt on and keeps the guy handcuffed. Because remember, he thinks outside the box. This man just loves water. Let's just be real here.
No, he does.
No, this guy loves water. Okay, so the water in the fucking prison, the movie starts off with him underwater, kills a man with water. This man loves water.
Yeah. No,
I don't know what that means.
He might be Rain. He'll be in the next Mortal Kombat movie. I don't know. Like,
just keep the water. No, fights Black Panther and beats him in the water.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. And by the way, let's just continue on this scene in general. I'm going to give this to Jet really quick because, Jet, there's a particular reason why you absolutely lost your shit here. I'm going to have you tell the audience. Tell the audience why this scene is so ridiculous.
Well, at first, because it's just like, okay, yeah, you're underwater in a car, like, kind of trapped there, and you're basically just just sitting there like you're not basically about to fucking drown, just sitting there like, did I remember to get milk from the fucking grocery store? Nothing like ain't no bubbles coming from his mouth or nothing. Like his lips are like sealed fucking tight. It's just like literally in any type of situation like that, you'd be panicking. I don't care how trained you are. Like you're panicking at that point.
Well, okay, like I think it's like near the end of the movie. It's like I guess he planned this, so like immediately like a dude comes out in scuba gear or whatever and just kind of saves him. So it's like I just want to watch you drown. I'm like, okay.
Did you even see that first? And here's the first thing. So people, and look, I could be wrong, but this is some pretty simple shit that I've learned from just my whole life, just knowing this since I was like 5 years old. If a car goes underwater, you don't just unlock it and open it, and it's like, no big deal. The whole thing with the fucking car doors, that when the water and the pressure of the water is pushing the fucking thing in, you gotta break the windows.
Actually, if that's if the car's filling up. Once the pressure equalizes, it's hard, but you can do it.
Man,
they did it on MythBusters.
you're making a lot of excuses for this fucking movie, Alan.
I'm not making excuses. It's fucking stupid, but like I was like the reason like he's not forgets because he wants the whole he's unhinged and wants to watch him
Look how
drown
filled
or
up
whatever.
it is, by the way. It's filled up.
Look at that. Look, he's not even about like. Ooh.
Because like, he knows he's gonna be saved immediately afterwards.
Because that's the thing too. Like they actually do a twist too. They need to have a twist. This is a bad one, but like they make you think he really did kill himself because he just sits there and starts thinking about like, oh, I remember like getting some lemons and then my girlfriend like started fucking me and I was laying down and it was nice in the sunshine, whatever the fuck, right? Just doing all this shit. And then they, pan to the radio station, and obviously there's a funeral for Michael B. Jordan as well. But then the radio station's like, hey, he killed himself in a car thing. And then Michael B. Jordan is in the backseat, like, hey, turn that off. I'm still alive. Voila. And then they show you someone helping him. But the thing is, though, in order to make the twist work, they had to show this dude in the water, just chilling there for, I swear to God, like a whole minute and a half. He's at the bottom of the fucking water, just chilling there. Like, dude, I don't care how much training the character has or whatever the fuck. Look at him just
chilling.
It's like, dude, this is superhuman. You're Aquaman.
This makes ain't no bubbles or nothing. Like
he's holding his breath, but like at the end, it's like, look, man, to me that did not bother me because I'm like, whatever. It's just like he's unhinged and he thinks outside the box. It's like this character. I still don't really know anything about this character except for what the movie wants me to know.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know, man. It's just. At this point, like I was fine. I was like, "Hey, man, listen." Oh yeah, and like Allie, Last Strange says, how the hell did the recording device not get damaged?
Oh, it's super secret CIA waterproof device, whatever.
Yeah, but it's like, look, I was able to. I mean, I was even defending this while watching it with you. I'm like, well, hey, like, they're doing a couple things that, it's just like lots of other movies. Like, there's a movie from Steven Seagal that's actually pretty good called Hard to Kill. This movie is easily like half of this movie is literally a remake of that. Like, I swear to God, if you guys go watch the movie. To the point where like the wife and the kid die. I mean, it's just like that. And then going to the hospital, and then like he says lines in a hospital that Steven Seagal does in Hard to Kill. Like I mean, this is literally a remake of it. But the thing is, though, it's like they combine that with like a soldier movie with a heist or not a heist movie, but like military whatever the fuck movie, and it's like okay, you're doing something different, but you're so boring. But at least you tried. At least you tried. I always go to that will. It's just like, I'll give you points because you tried.
What? You didn't try at all.
No, that's the thing. And then again to this part, I'm just like, no, you didn't try. I'm fucking wrong. Because if you tried, you would have did, I don't know, editing around this part to not like slap us in the face like we're fucking stupid. Like we're just going to accept this ridiculous...
you shouldn't have had this scene. You should have had him staring at him consistently. And then as he's drowning, it cuts. And it's like, okay, cool. Yeah. Maybe we don't know what happened. But it's like...
a couple bubbles. That's it. I'm not asking for a lot. Just it zooms in and his eyes open like... And then it's like, oh, fuck, he's going to die. Or, whatever. Who cares? They're not doing a franchise with this, I don't think.
Actually, okay. So, I'm thinking they want to.
Really? Why is this?
The after credit teaser.
Oh, dude, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was so fucking mad. I just turned this off.
You didn't watch it? Okay, so we'll finish the rating and I'll tell on stream. But I guess we'll go to ratings and I'll tell you guys what the after credit teaser was because it's terrible. Don't worry about it. I'll explain why it sucks.
So for me, yeah, this is definitely a 1.5 out of 5. The only reason I'm getting that 0.5 is because when they go and they start dealing with the snipers. It was a really cool scene with the snipers. And the fact that I was actually legitimately nervous when the Russian police came and then they started shooting those guys, I was in a position where I'm like, okay, there's enough characters here where it's almost unpredictable onto who's going to be part of the body count. And they didn't have a lot of body count stuff there, which is like any other movie would have. And even though I would have preferred that to happen, I did not predict it correctly. And I got to give a movie that's on Amazon that's so fucking just middle-of-the-road, boring bullshit. You're still able to do kind of a twist on me. You did shit I didn't expect, and the shit that I did expect you didn't do. And it's like, I gotta give credit where that is. 1.5 out of 5 for me. Jet, what would you give this?
See, here's the thing about our rating system is because I really would just want to give it an average. And average seems like 2. Because the thing is, I do think it's decently made. It's just boring as fuck.
Yeah.
It's extremely fucking boring and generic.
Yeah, it's every action movie ever.
Because, like, insulting movies, like, straight up, well, you wasted my fucking goddamn time, and this is horrible. I would give, like, a straight up 1. This I was feeling like more of like a 2 or something like that. So, I'll go with your rating of 1.5.
Yeah, and I'm glad we agree with that because I really did feel like, okay, I see Jet's point, and I want to defend this, but it's indefensible shit. It's like what she said. It's like it's indefensibly generic. Generic is the perfect fucking word. But Alan, you sir, what was your rating for this?
Well, I gotta judge it based on less of the movie itself and more the genre that it's in. So, at the end of the day, probably about a 4 out of 5.
You
Be a good rating for.
motherfucker.
I'm so fucking kidding. I was just
I'm
waiting.
about to
I was
say,
like, between
dude,
you
what?
or Jet, what else gonna yell me? No, this is. I said my first part that was true. I got judges based on the genre that it's in. This is one of the most boring movies I ever fucking sat through. When you watch an action movie, it's supposed to have a bit of genericness going to it. It's like, hey, random bad guy, usually Russian or fucking Serbian or some sort of foreign guy, fucks with your family, so you got to go fight a bunch of his goons. That never happens in this movie at all. He has like 1 or 2 fight scenes. Everyone he fights is military or the police, so you never have any cool generic fight scenes, bad guys to fight. Every single scene that was kind of cool was in the trailer. And it's not like there's anything in between, because sometimes that happens, like with Wonder Woman, for instance, but at least there's some cool setup before, during, and after. This has only 1 or 2 interesting shots in the entire fucking movie, and the rest of it is the most generic shit in the entire world, to the extent where this is, like Nick said it best himself, this is the most relaxed action movie ever, where it's like, the stakes don't matter anymore. Nobody seems to have any urgency. The scenes go from one point to the other, where it's like, this movie has no idea what pacing it wants. And it's just everything about it. There's nothing that I can recommend. Oh, and when I came across it, I was defending the fucking movie. I wasn't. I was defending particular scenes because I was like, they weren't too bad, but the movies themselves were fucking terrible. Like, I talk shit about that bathroom scene because that bathroom scene was legitimately terrible. There are some bad scenes in this movie. There are some okay scenes in this movie. And that's it. It goes to where I was offended. This did waste my fucking time. I legitimately didn't want to watch this. I considered just giving it up.
Yeah, which
like,
I mean,
but
I
I sat through.
for leaving it a couple times. I wanted to leave too. Actually, no, I did leave a couple times. I was just like, I'm gonna go pee. Keep it going. This movie's 2 hours fucking long. I need to get the fuck out of here for a second. Like,
so honestly, I'm giving it a 1, and I feel like that's too generous. The only reason I'm giving it a 1 is because I guess half a rating would be a bit too harsh. I guess. No. No. Like, there's at least 2 scenes in this movie that I genuinely enjoyed, so I got to give it that. Where it's like there are 2 scenes that I enjoyed. And I was like, okay, you know what? Fine. You give me 2 half-decent stuff. You show me that if you get the right movie, that Michael B. Jordan is good. You can choreograph him well. He knows how to fight. Which means if you put him in a different fucking movie, maybe a sequel, you'll fucking get you'll get a good scene out of him. But like, in all honesty, don't watch this movie. Go look it up. Find the timestamps for like those 2 fucking scenes, and then just don't bother watching the movie.
yeah. No, legit. Someone in the chat said, Nexus, which, hey, thank you for being over here chilling with us, man. He goes, yeah, what would this be? A fuck you or some bullshit if it was double toaster rating? For me, it'd be a bullshit. I won't say fuck you because here's the biggest thing, too, is like, this movie is so bad, yet it's not so bad where I take anything away from Michael B. Jordan. I love Michael B. Jordan. I can tell he didn't want to do this movie either. Maybe he just said, yes, I'll do this because it's a vehicle for me. But yeah. I guarantee you, he did not want to be part of this, and that's why he gave a shitty performance. I guarantee you, if it was...
I don't...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say if it was a different Tom Clancy property and like different people like were working on this and did better writing and better editing, I can guarantee you he would have fucking whooped ass with this movie, and this would be a really good step in Michael B. Jordan's future. And not to say that that's been like changed at all because of this movie, because he has so many good ones, but yeah, man, when you're used to quality and you get shit like this, it's like, oh fuck. But it's not a fuck you for me though. It's definitely bullshit.
It's close to it, but the only reason now is because fuck you to me is a movie that I'm angry and I'm never gonna forget type shit, like Mother or Fallen Kingdom. I'm gonna forget about this movie. I've never watched it, but yeah. I don't.
Skins is less than a fuck you.
Can you imagine Alan actually sitting there watching Skins, just being, what the fuck is this?
I would only do it if I lost, like it was a bet for something, and it's like I lost. It's like, oh, bet for this, like. But it would have to be something incredible because, like, whenever I make a bet about something, I have to be willing to accept the loss because there's always that chance I'll lose. I'm not putting something on there that I'm not willing to fucking sit through. But Skins, I'm like, you know what? Sure, I'll put that up for a bet. I'm not sure what it'll be, but we'll figure it out. But at the end of it, it's like, yeah, this isn't something that it's like I'm gonna sit there next week going, I can't believe I fucking watched that shit. Nick, fuck you. It's like, no, it's a movie I'm literally gonna forget about until they do a sequel. Which, again, so now that we got unless you or Jen have anything to say, do you want to know what the after credit teaser is?
Yeah, what's the after credit teaser of yours?
Actually, before you do that, like for me, it'd be a very fucking low rental because it's just like I don't think it's at the point of bullshit yet. I mean, it's really close, but I still feel like with the couple action scenes that are in there, like someone, not me, but someone out there is gonna be like, okay, at least I got a few good things out of this.
Jet throwing shade at me. I'm right here.
Listen, I didn't call you out. I literally just said someone.
She's pointing.
I'm not even pointing. I just have my hand on this mouse right here, just circling someone.
Yeah, I wonder who.
Oh yeah, I'm out the way. I'm over here. No, but I'm surprised that Jet gave that a higher rating than all of us as far as DT stuff goes. But I mean, it makes sense too because it's like, yeah, I mean, I still feel.
I didn't stay long enough to watch to get that.
Okay.
But,
For me, like right now, like Alan, you can go ahead and spoil because I got.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, it's not worth it. And honestly, it only matters to like I don't think anyone in this chat even gives a fuck. So it's a year. Okay, so basically they fast forward to a year, and it turns out the guy that was an asshole the whole time to Michael B. Jordan gets promoted to CIA director, and he meets up with him in Washington Square, and he goes, "Oh hey, what's up? What are you up to? Yada yada yada." And he goes, "I want to start a team." I was like, "Okay, you're starting a team." Yeah, I want to get people from the UK, NATO, everywhere around the world, all these intelligence services.
Let me guess.
To form a team.
Let me guess. Because they keep referring to him as a ghost, he fucking name dropped Ghost Recon, didn't he?
You think so? No. That would have made sense.
Okay.
But what they do, and it's like, for some fucker, he goes, "What do you want to call it?" Because that's just a casual thing to ask. He goes, "I want to call it Rainbow."
No.
That, by the way, I want to point out, nobody gives a fuck about those books. Like, if Ruthless is in the chat, he might be the only one. But the only reason anyone cares about those is because they're attached to Rainbow Six Vegas, the games, which I love. That's what I'm saying it was for me, but it was terrible. Because it was just like, it's like, why is it called Rainbow? It's like, oh, Rainbow Coalition of people around the world. It's personal to me. I'm like, you like rainbows? You're going to name your daughter Rainbow? How is the word rainbow personal to you?
Yeah, wait, hold on. So, like, they never talked about what they're going to name a daughter. Maybe is that part of the
That
books?
would be fucking stupid.
Like, it's a Rainbow Six. We do this for my daughter. Like, then again, it's like, why couldn't they just name, instead of Pam, name her Rainbow?
No, or just have it that she likes rainbows or some shit. Like, that would have made more sense. But they just said, for some fucking reason, oh, we got to discover more. That's why they want to do more sequels, because they want to essentially establish the Rainbow Six fucking platoon, which, again, I'm also going to say, those are good, the games, but the characters aren't, like, super memorable. It's not like something with a comic like Iron Man and Captain America. It's like, you can essentially do whatever you want with them, but I think it's a situation where they want to basically establish that they want to do a Tom Clancy-esque universe on Amazon Prime, because Amazon owns the rights. The Jack Ryan show is great. Both seasons fantastic.
The Clancyverse?
Yeah, they want to do the Clancyverse, where they want to have Rainbow Six, and they want to have the Ghost Recons, which every Ghost Recon game is terrible.
Yeah.
Except for Breakpoint, which I can't believe that. Yeah. But most of them are terrible. But like, people know the names from the video games, but when it comes to the books, most people like don't really like. Some people like, oh, they read the books, but they mostly either know the movies or they know the video games. When it comes to the individual like writings, some people don't even know they exist. Like, there are people that forget that Tom Clancy wrote books before the games took over.
Yeah, man. Like, that's a terrible fucking ending, but at the same time, like, if you want to build your universe, everyone's doing their universe, go ahead. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you this much.
Just make it better.
As far as theatrical stuff, too, I mean, I know it's on Amazon, but they still would have theatrical releases once everything's back to normal. I wouldn't mind seeing a movie like this in the movie theater. I mean, like, it's bad and it's stupid, but it's like, if you're going to do action scenes that are not just suppressors, like, man, what an amazing scene that was. Pew, pew, pew.
So you mean every gunfight in this movie?
Yeah, I hate that shit. It's like, god damn it, dude. Or you hear a bullet almost hit you from far. You don't hear the bang. You hear.
Oh, I swear to God, the sniper fight was so fucking lame. Where it's just like, sniper, huh? Oh, miss. Oh no, what are you gonna do?
Third window, second window, third floor. It's like, there's a lot of windows. Fucker.
Legitimately, I was just like seriously considering just skipping this because I'm like, bro, this is so generic.
That literally made me like irritate. Like, it made me think of like Warzone when I'm playing with Ganja. Ganja, no offense, you're terrible at Warzone sometimes as a partner. You're good at
Actually, he's a really good sniper.
No, he's a great. No, Ganja's an amazing sniper. He's really good at the game. But as a team member, fucking the worst I've fucking played with in 20 years.
And he's played with me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, just Ganja would just like his character would just, like sometimes Ganja would be, hey man, watch out, 3 people on the right. What the fuck? Oh, I mean left. It's like fucking Ganja. Man.
Yeah, I'm also bad with directions, but when I get shot, I go, bullets! Bullets from that direction! It's like, which direction? Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But moving on, though, Jet, are you back, by the way?
3, 2,
Hello.
1.
There she is. Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to make this quick as fuck, people. I need to talk about this because I never say anything good about comic book stuff. I never do. I'm telling you right now, this right here is the fucking best cartoon I've ever seen in my fucking life. I finally have something to say that's better than Beast Wars, not Beast Stars.
Beastars!
Jesus Christ. This is incredible. I hate that I started that off bad. I can't believe I fucked up right off the bat. I gotta tell you guys, I don't want to do too many spoilers things or talk about this too much because I know you guys are watching Double Toasted right now. They're gonna be talking about this, but like every single episode, there's been a moment where my heart has fucking sank, or I'm laughing really, really hard at something, or I'm just impressed with the action, the fucking characters. Mark, Stephen Yeun doing the voice acting for Mark. Amazing voice acting, very emotional, very passionate. At the same time, too, just very relatable. Fucking love all these characters. I literally did not predict what anything was going to happen in those last 3 episodes. And it's like every week when this would come out, I didn't keep myself away from spoilers, so I kind of knew a couple things that were going on, and yet I watched the show and it was still fresh to me. But Jed, do you feel, for one, do you think I'm being a little hyperbolic as far as calling this the best fucking cartoon I've ever watched? Because this is fucking so up there.
Well, like, that's your opinion, but I mean, it's not too far off. Like, this was incredibly enjoyable.
Yeah, and like the thing is too is like, oh god, this character Omni-Man. For one, let's just get right to it. Do you hate him or do you fucking love him, Jet?
A little bit of both, but more on the side of like, man, I fucking despise this dude. Like, you're supposed to. You're not supposed. Yeah. Like, you're supposed to hate him. Like, he's a bastard, but J.K. Simmons plays this dude very, very well.
Yeah, dude. I mean, J.K. Simmons, by the way, becoming one of my favorite actors just because of one of the first things I've ever watched with Jet is actually the first time I ever got to really get to know her. The first thing I ever watched was Whiplash. And I always remember that movie and remember J.K. Simmons at Whiplash because he's so threatening without having to have a gun, without having he's not hurting anybody, but just his fucking control in the room. Like, have you seen Whiplash, Alan?
Yeah.
So, you see how J.K. Simmons carries himself. Like, do you feel, because you saw one episode of this, do you feel like he kind of retains that type of, menacing voice, like when he yells or says something very assertively?
He can be very, very intimidating because, again, with Whiplash and even through moments of him being in the Spider-Man Raimi trilogy, he's very, very good at voice acting, extremely good at voice acting. So he's always and especially I've seen scenes of just the random clips. He's an actor. He knows what the fuck he's doing because sometimes you see actors they're only good on screen or they're only good in voice. He can command the screen and command the voice ridiculously well. To the extent where he's probably one of the most prolific villains out there right now.
Yeah, so chat, just so you guys know, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat already knows everything about this, but just to do some kind of synopsis for anyone who might actually watch this that didn't watch the show, he's Omni-Man, and the beginning of the entire season, that first episode, a bunch of other superheroes are actually a big family, and they're friends with Omni-Man, and they all take care of all these bad guys, whatever, and then they're all summoned to one spot, and Omni-Man comes in and kills everybody. Now, the thing is, you would think that'd be a big shocking factor, and then maybe we'll go back to it at the very, very end of the show, whatever, and just kind of not touch on it too much. But it's they fucking pick and prod at this storyline the whole show. I'm gonna bring up Walking Dead a lot because Robert Kirkman did this, and lots of Walking Dead actors are in this show. But
yeah, does Robert Kirkman hate Stephen Yeun?
Dude, man, I made a joke about that on Facebook, but I'm like, dude, Stephen Yeun is Robert Kirkman's bitch.
He I legitimately hates him because didn't he kill off the character because everyone kind of liked him in the show?
Yep.
And then he's doing it here with every episode where it's does he just hate the guy? Did he lose a bet or something?
Yeah, man, because I'm telling you, man, poor old Mark over here, aka Glenn, aka Stephen Yeun. I never thought they would ever do something to him as intense as this Negan situation. I mean, what a fucking amazing scene. This is still the best scene I've ever seen in Walking Dead history. Fucking incredible. I cried literally in a call with Allie, one of our old co-hosts. This shit broke my fucking heart. It was amazing. And they did it again with Invincible. So spoiler alert, everyone finds out that, Omni-Man killed all those other superheroes, and it's because, the planet that he's from, Viltrum, or whatever the case is called, whatever. It's a bunch of superheroes, basically, or people that have superpowers. And the reason why they're able to be alive for so long is because they killed all their weak. So they all just kind of like, aged differently, and then they had the best medicine, they had the best stuff, whatever. But he feels like he has to have that duty around all these other planets. So they take over planets, and they give them a choice. Hey, you either stick with us, let us take control of your planet, or we're going to fucking kill all of you guys. And even if we do take over...
So basically he's a conqueror. Like,
yeah.
Like his planet basically conquers other planets.
Yeah, and he's gone. We all find this out in the last episode. But as we're finding this out, it's during a very heart-to-heart, amazing moment with him and his son, to the point where you're like, wow. So he isn't trying to do anything wrong with the son. He's legitimately telling him, like, dude, I love you, Mark. Like, I love you. I'm going to take you to Viltrum. You're going to live an amazing, long, fulfilling life. But your mom's just a pet. You know what I mean? Like, I
talk good about the son, but then basically shit on your wife.
Yeah, and it's fucking crazy because it's like I almost understand where he's coming from because there's so much honesty. Like, for me, and Alan's probably gonna be like, "Wow, it's because Nick's a piece of shit," but like, but the thing is, I understood so much where he's coming from because he's basically saying like, "Hey guys, like." He tells Mark this, and essentially he's telling the audience this because he's trying to win us over. I love a villain that knows or that thinks he's in the right. That's how you do good villains. Not like, I'm going to take over the world, I'm an evil fuck. He's like, no, I love you. I'm trying to protect you. Let me fuck you up. And Omni-Man is essentially telling Mark, like, hey, man, like, I age differently than you. Like, you have to understand that I'm not here for just 40 years on this planet or 80 or whatever. I'm a Viltrumite. Like, I'm here forever. I'm here for, like, hundreds, maybe thousands of years. So you and your mom are very minuscule to me. You're a very, very small part of my life. And Mark is like, how dare you can say that? That's my mom. It's like, yeah, you don't understand, kid. Your whole life you've had mom. But you don't understand, like, you guys ain't shit. Like, this, everyone here, all these humans mean nothing. What are they going to do with their life? They're just going to grow old and they're going to die. It's all so insignificant. I can show you this amazing planet with a bunch of people just like us. And you can live so great. And you just want to worry about these fucking bugs, these insects of people here. The Earth sucks, And, yeah, Mark let his emotions get to him. And, man, Steven Yeun, great actor, but he gets Negan'd like a motherfucker. And Omni-Man just beats the shit out of Invincible to a point where, I mean, as far as animation goes, it literally looks almost like this shit. Like, I mean, he's covered in blood. He just beats the fucking shit out of him. And, Jed, when that part was coming on, what did you feel about that? Like, do you think they went too much? Like, what were some moments that you felt like was just, I don't know.
See, that scene was nothing compared to, like, a couple scenes beforehand with the fucking train.
So, even I saw that.
Okay, because the train scene, I love, because, like, and this is a thing that, Alan gives me shit for, but sometimes I like parodies of things because I don't like comic book shit. But this was my favorite parody type situation because they're creative too, but they're also creative with other people's stuff. And Spider-Man totally created the whole saving the train situation. And I think these guys did a little bit of like a joke on it, like, hey, like you got your Spider-Man shit, he'll be in the same position right now trying to save everybody. But me, we're gonna hold this motherfucker right here. And he's like, yeah, look at all these people. Like, yeah, they're all dead. Fuck these people. And it's brutal, man. I mean, just look at all this carnage here. I mean, everyone, their guts, intestines, everything just ripping out. And these are innocent people, guys. This is not like some, like, oh, like we know some bad guys are in there, blah, blah. It's like, no. He's like, hey, you want to save people? Like, let me show you this shit. And he kills them right in front of him. And my heart sank when that shit happened.
Not like he just killed him right in front of him. He used him to kill them.
Yeah. Yeah, he used him as a weapon, an instrument of destruction. It's fucking crazy. And before this, too, there's a scene where he's trying to do, Invincible's trying to do some superhero shit where he's saving a mom and her kid, and they die. Her arm gets ripped off as a building's collapsing. And it's like, I know Avengers or Captain America Civil War touched on that. Like, hey, like, we're hurting people. This show's like, no. You guys don't show enough. Let me show you what it looks like when debris rips a woman's fucking body away from her arm. Yeah, it's meat. It fucking sucks, dude. Like, yeah, dude. Amazing. And I just, like, was there any part of this, Jet, that stopped being emotional and instead started to be a little bit comedic because of how intense it was?
No, like, it was fucked up the entire time. It was emotional and, like, kind of, like, scarring, like, the entire time.
Yeah, like...
Yep, and you wonder why I stopped at episode 1.
Yeah, man. I mean, like... And there's, like, these romance things here, too. Like, here's a big thing, and I want to touch on this. We should have talked about this show like last week, and these things kind of like finished in this episode, so they kind of still remain important. But like while this is all going on, and this is all like meat and all craziness that's going on with Invincible, but like his other shit is going on too. Like I feel sorry for his brain. Amber just dumped him. And so many people online and social media are talking about like, man, Amber's a bitch, man. Like, how dare she fucking blah blah blah. Jed, I disagree with both those people, but like at the same time, I also see where they're coming from in the sense of like Amber. You see Invincible go through all this shit, and Amber's like, you didn't tell me the truth. Blah, blah, blah. What do you feel about her character? Do you think she was written correctly here? Because we'll talk about why she's there in the first place in a little bit, but yeah, what do you feel?
Well, here's the thing, like the show itself has this whole thing about like throughout the show, it's just like, yeah, like lying is bad. Like you shouldn't lie. Like the lying has consequences. And like her character, I feel also shows as kind of a parallel to his mom as well, who was also lied to. So like Amber's character to me is actually written pretty decently. I feel like they actually could have did more with her, but I don't hate her. I actually think she's one of the better written characters on the show.
Yeah,
next to Omni-Man.
Yeah, because I think she's really smooth, but at the same time she's very like relatable. But then at the same time very like funny. But then I don't know, it's weird. But like there's situations where I feel like Robert Kirkman, because he has his way of writing people where he's like he'll purposely make people annoying, and I've just noticed that with his comic books and like The Walking Dead and things like that too. But like for me, like there's a part where he finally showcases himself like, yo, I am invincible, and please give me a chance. And she's like, I don't care. I already knew this. I knew this weeks, but you just didn't want to tell me. And it's like, girl, you watch the news, you see what's happening. All these people are dying. You still gonna like? I don't care what the situation is.
See, the thing is, like, and I know, like, yes, I have not watched the show, but I did read up on this just because, like I said, I would try to. One day, someone's gonna put a gun in my head and force me to watch this shit. So I want to be desensitized to a lot of the violence, so I don't go home and cry. So I read up on a lot of the shit that was going on. Yeah, that's a perfectly reasonable response. Where it's like, yeah, you're kind of lying. Like she gets it, but at the end of the day, it's like she's also in the situation where she's being left behind in his life, where people are like, no, female characters should always be subservient to their fucking boyfriends. She should like praise him like a god. It's like, no, she's a real person that is a situation where it's like, yeah, this guy's getting his ass killed every fucking time he goes out and doesn't say anything. It's like he could die tomorrow. Like that's a reasonable response.
See, now this whole thing between like Amber versus Eve, that sort of thing. See, that's not what people should be worrying about. The thing they should be worrying about is getting that motherfucker some more training so he can basically not get his ass beat every single fucking episode.
Yeah,
go to the gym, man. The women will come later. Just
every episode, this dude's just getting his fucking shit rocked. Like, put your hands up.
No, I agree.
He watched a lot of Rocky movies.
Well, I agree with that, but more so, I'm also thinking like, because here's the thing too, is like they do romance better in this show than I've seen done in a lot of other romantic things. So it's like I love how I'm getting gore, I'm getting action, I'm getting silly, I'm getting romance. Like that's amazing that they're pulling it off to the point where like this dramedy that's going on, or not even a dramedy, is basically just a straight up drama. Like I read into this and I didn't spoil myself or anything, but apparently Amber, the only reason why she's still in the storyline right now at this point is because Robert Kirkman has purposely wanted her to basically stretch when eventually Invincible's going to get hooked up with Eve. Originally, Eve is the girlfriend, and they kind of allude to that in the very first episode. Like the first person he's crushing on is Eve, and then it kind of goes away because he finds out she has a boyfriend. But all this right now is just leading up to that. So in my opinion, I'm kind of like the way it's written. I like that Amber is kind of like a could stay, could go situation, and it would make sense if Invincible pairs up with Eve instead. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't really have an issue with Amber, because it's like she's not really supposed to be here, guys. Like this is supposed to be over and done with. So, I love how they're writing her now, and I hope that she gets hooked up with another character.
I like how they're writing her now because just like I feel like the times like when they're actually together, like I actually like it. I feel like it's actually kind of fun to watch seeing their banter back and forth.
Yeah, her
like,
always pulling them out.
Yeah, young teenage love of basically two people basically like joking and poking fun at each other.
Yeah. By
the benefit of being the writer of the comic, but then also the showrunner is, if you're like, oh man, I really wish I did more with this character, you can. You have that option to change it up. Because again, the whole episode 1 ending was way later in the comics, like way more and more issues in, like almost like it would have been season 2 in if you were using TV terms. Yeah. But he sped it up because he wanted to surprise people and want to change it up. So it's like because I have a buddy of mine that's currently reading the comics and loves the comics. It's not a situation like The Boys where the comic was fucking terrible. The TV show is fantastic. This is a situation where the comic is good and the show's good, but it changes a lot of stuff up.
Yeah. And by the way, too, Jay, I just want to say, like, I think a big part of why you like Amber is because she's basically you. Like, I see so much of how she fucks with Mark and calls him out on his bullshit. That's exactly what you do to me.
I'm gonna be honest right now. If you strung me along and kept missing our dates and shit for 5 whole months while lying to me, I would have thought you were cheating. I would have broke up with your ass.
Yeah, sorry, I'm double toasted editing. He's editing for double toasted.
No, like, Jet, like, that's the thing. I want to ask Jet this too, because I mean, let's not do the whole like man has to be a superhero, girl has to be at home. Jet, if you had superpowers, would you risk my safety? Just let me know, like, hey, like, fucking, you know, this whole situation's going on with, you know, the end of the world and blah blah blah. My dad's a Viltrumite, you know, like, wouldn't you want to leave me away too and not get me involved in all that crazy horseshit?
If I was serious about you, I would tell you.
Damn, don't put me in danger shit. I'm gonna break up with your superhero ass.
You know, that's a weird thing where I feel like that's one of the most, not necessarily annoying, but one of the most consistent superhero tropes. I kind of want to say Batman invented it, but it's the whole, I can't tell people my identity, because it's like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, hey, they're high school crush, so it's like if he tells something, then they break up, then it's a week later. But it's like immediately telling somebody doesn't immediately put them in danger. If they start talking about it, it's like then you have to find someone you kind of trust. But if Jet trusts you enough, that's like, you know, she's not going to tell me. Maybe I'll accidentally say something. I won't. I wouldn't. It'd be cool as fuck if you're a superhero. But like, you have to be... Mm-hmm.
Like fucking Mark's friend, on the other hand, like he's a completely different story. That dude's a blabbermouth. Amber, on the other hand, she's smart and like she's probably the smartest character on this goddamn show.
Yeah.
I don't think she'll go out of her way to basically like tell everyone and make it pretty obvious that she knows.
By the way, I just want to say that if any of us in the chat tag had superpowers and we told Alan, we would give him a brain aneurysm because he likes to feel our problems sometimes. Like,
bro, I would fly out straight up. Either one of these times, I'm flying out to your house. We're doing tests and shit. You know that scene in Shazam? Like, we're not gonna film it and put it on YouTube, but like, as a scientist, like, okay, so let's see your skin, let's see your blood, let's do all these fucking tests. I need to know, what are your limits?
Yeah, dude, no, and shit, I'll be okay with that, man, because like that's the thing, like I like how when he starts letting people know, because I mean, obviously spoilers for you, Alan, but like, yeah, he tells everybody pretty much.
Bro, spoil the fuck out of me, man. After that first episode, bro, legitimately, I still think about. It's been like 2 months, and I still think about that scene because of how much it scarred me. Like, I do not want to watch the show because I don't want to feel that way.
Yeah, but it almost scares you for, like, happy moments. Because, like, him and his friend, you know, he's showing his best friend, yo, I got superpowers. That's so cool, man. Can you go take me flying? Whoa, shit, it's amazing.
Oh, that's legitimately why I didn't want to show it either. Because my issue for, you know, watching superheroes get wiped out is one thing. But nothing makes me more uncomfortable than watching women get wiped out, too. Like, it is like so much worse. So seeing all the female characters on the show, and I'm like, oh my god, because again, something that also makes me mad is, oh, this girl likes the main character, but because it's the main character and he has to go through trauma, she's gonna get wiped the fuck out in the worst way possible. I'm like, I don't want to watch that either. So seeing all these characters on there that'll have interesting designs and characterization, I'm like, I don't want to see them get wiped out either.
Yeah, man. But that's the thing, though. It's like, you know, there's even a part like in that finale where he like saves some dude from a plane, which we've seen Superman do constantly, and then he brings it back down to the surface. He's like, hey, you're safe. And then Omni-Man just squishes his head into pieces. And it's like, fuck, dude. Like, what the fuck? So it's like there's so many things that you come to expect where it's like, okay, it's a superhero thing. So, like, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. He's going to be safe, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And these people are not safe. And when I see moments of legitimately happiness, like where him and, you know, Amber getting along and they're flirting and he's trying to, like, show her that he kind of cares about her, loves her, and his best friend's having fun and they all know he's a superhero and they're all nerding out. It's like I still can't enjoy those moments because I'm like, fuck, you might die. Like, who knows? If you smile, Robert Kirkman does his thing. Like in Walking Dead, it was actually like a joke sometimes where it's like, oh man, we got these plants fully grown, we got some beans, let's have a picnic. Oh fuck, they just killed my dad. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Robert Kirkman has a weird sense of not necessarily irony, but just like, you know, show expectations. And it's like, if it's done well, again, the show it can work out. But sometimes it comes across as a little mean-spirited.
Yeah, well, like there were 2 episodes before Glenn died on Walking Dead. There was a bunch of silly like slapstick shit going on. They were like chasing that guy named Jesus, and like they're fighting over cans of food and soda. And then keep in mind, guys, if you're watching Marathon, an hour and a half later, your favorite character gets his head squished with a bat in front of his pregnant wife who's sick and dying. I mean, holy shit. So Invincible has this about it the entire time where I feel like every episode, like there's no filler for me. even if it's meant to be filler, you're so at the edge of your seat that it's like, holy fuck, like this whole thing with the robot and how, like, I mean, I used to think it was kind of silly they had a crush on this girl, but it wasn't like a crush. It was like this, you know, he's being mind controlled from another body that's trying to transfer to a younger body to be with this girl, which is romantic, but it's also like, I can't trust him because he might be an evil fuck too. But yeah, did you like where they went with the robot, by the way? Because they could have went a couple of weird ass directions, but they didn't.
It could have, and that was just, like the entire time where he's basically like you're watching the robot put all this stuff together. It's just like, okay, what is he doing? Is he actually doing something evil? Is he doing something fucked up? And then as like more episodes go on, it's just like, okay, he has to be doing something that has to do with Monster Girl, but why? Why is he so attracted to this woman who has the body of a child? And then all of a sudden, when it's actually like revealed what he's actually doing and like who he actually really is, just like that makes sense.
Yeah.
How he did all of it was kind of fucked up, especially the fact he took DNA from one of his teammates and now he's basically just like a clone, a younger clone of him. It's like, I see why you did it. It's kind of fucked up, but I understand.
It's one of those things like with robots, like they don't really know emotions too much. He's just doing what he thinks makes sense to get from point A to point B to point C, which I was cool with. And I also got to tell you too, speaking of point A, point B, point C, Robert Kirkman, there's many a times where even other characters will bring up like, Dan, you got a crush on that little girl, man? Like, what the fuck? It's kind of weird to keep playing with the idea of that, only to, you know, assert our divert our expectations and do something like this where it's like, okay, it's actually closer to wholesome. It's romantic. It makes sense for this team of superheroes. It actually is a bright spot in the show because now it's not something so fucking adult and insane, but we are so into it because we thought it was going to be fucked up, but it wasn't. And it's like, wow, like you still got something out of that, Robert Kirkman. Like, oh my god,
it was fucked up how he went about it. But then when it all comes together, it's like, oh, okay, I understand where you're going with this. Although Monster Girl's still a problem because whenever she uses her power, she still gets younger. So it's just like,
yeah.
At what point is basically just like, okay, she's gonna look like a fucking like 8-year-old, and he still looks like 15.
And because of that, we're gonna be like, oh, she's turning to Monster Girl. It's like you just created equity. And any time there's an action scene with Monster Girl, to the point now where it's going to make it funnier, it's going to make it more cringier because they might go sexually explicit, but then it's also like, I mean, that's an interesting concept. And can they make a storyline where maybe it reverses that age effect? Maybe that character needs to not be a Hulk monster and they can only use her once a season, so now it's going to be an event every time she turns into the Hulk. Like, who knows? But it's way smarter than anything I've seen done with the Hulk since fucking Thor Ragnarok. Like, my god.
Oh, and Blasian brought it up with the whole clone thing too. I wish I could remember this game that basically had the same concept of like humans basically like leaving like their brains going to a different world or whatever while their original selves got left behind and shit. Like one person basically like, is left behind on this fucking terrible area while your clone gets to live like the life you've always wanted somewhere else, and just like, wow, that's actually kind of fucked up. Yeah, or like, okay, which one of us is actually the real actual clone? Like,
oh yeah, no, that's something that Alan actually straight up fears.
Oh, that's legitimately like if I were to take my worst nightmares, clones versus like original versus not original to me it's something that like as a kid it fucked up with me and kept me up at night. Like watching Seventh Day with Arnold was one of the ones day, up there. 6th Day, yeah, sorry. In the movie, the 7th day is what the law is. But yeah. It's just the clone versus original debate, something I argue with people all the fucking time.
Yeah, but like that's the thing, and that's a huge part of the show too. Like the fucking from episode 3 to episode 7, it's all about the clones. These bad guys.
Oh wow! Dude, just add the reasons for me never to watch this fucking shit.
Yeah, but it's so interesting. It's like, goddamn, like how many things can you guys stick into a show like this? And it's just so fucking rich with material. Like that's the biggest thing I want to say here is like this is rich with so much to the point of like the Omni-Man shit. He only like came out with like being completely evil in that last episode and technically in the first episode, which no one knew except for us who watched it. But like, fuck, like this show is that packed with this much things to talk about, this many characters, this many storylines, this many branching out of arcs, story arcs and shit. And yet, the main storyline, that this whole thing was like, it's a big question. Why did Omni-Man do it? Why did Omni-Man do it? We only found out in like the last episode. And yet, it was entertaining the whole fucking show. It's like, my God, This is the blueprint on how you write a fucking story. Amazing ending, amazing opening. Slightly, it's entertaining. There's sometimes I'll be like maybe not interested, whatever. But like the middle was great. I love all these characters. I actually know their names because I like them so much. This is a 5 out of 5. Oh my god, it's a 5 out of 5. It's so. Oh, I cannot wait for season 2 and season 3. They both have been announced that they're actually happening. And there's shit I don't like about Boys, but like, man, Amazon, you guys are doing a great job. I love the Boys to an extent.
They seem to nail the asshole Superman twice.
Yeah, like this is fucking incredible, man. I mean, I'll just shut up, but like I can just compliment this all fucking day. But Jet, what would you rate this whole season?
I'm probably like right there with you with the 5 out of 5. It was entertaining the entire time. Like hell, even at the title, like when they bring in the title sequence, like literally every time it pops up, just like someone bringing up Invincible. Oh, title sequence before they even finish. Like
Yeah.
This like the whole like past couple episodes have just been like this big emotional roller coaster, and just like you want Mark to basically like pull through all of it while he's getting his fucking ass beat.
Yeah. And by the way, too, guys, like the universe building is like it's building a global, not more than global. Like, I mean, there's a whole thing with planets, like to the point where like one of the cliffhangers essentially on this is like, them doing a deal with another planet, saying, "Hey, man, like he's probably gonna fuck with your planet." Oh, really? Well, we'll help you guys. If something, it's like, wow, like we're gonna start learning about another planet right now. Like that's how good this is. Like, holy shit, we never even got to finish what was going on with like those one astronauts and that weird thing that kept like it was like morphing with them and shit. Like there's a whole like
Mark just basically fucking up being a superhero early on, but it's just like that one isn't entirely his fault. They basically just like, oh well, we need someone to do it. Oh, you volunteered? Okay. Like he fucks up so often. All these episodes are just like, I'm glad they actually gave him a lot of fucking faults.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm just glad we both like it so fucking much. And yeah, guys. I mean, maybe if shit. I mean, I might just look at more Robert Kirkman stuff. I am so sold on this, and I almost want to read the comics, but I don't want to spoil myself on it. But Alan, I gotta tell you, dude, I'm going to give a slight apology for me shitting on comics so much, because this has proven to me that's like, if we're willing, because take the gore out is still good.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Hell, if the gore wasn't, if the gore wasn't out, people wouldn't have been as closely, because it shows the real consequences to these powers. Where when you have something like the animated series, for instance, cars exploding, people quote unquote dying, you're more of there for the story and the emotion of the character. The added gore ends a sense of consequence that you don't get to see in a lot of other stuff. So it's like, as much as I would I'd like to watch the show, unfortunately, the gore is a part of the consequences of the character's actions. You fuck up, someone's gonna get their arms, someone's gonna get eviscerated. If you're that powerful and live that long, you're gonna think of people's other insects. Best way to show that is to just wipe out a train full of people. Like, that's important for character development. And at the end of the day, it's like, even with the end of the episode 1, I never felt that it was like too much or not necessary for the story. It's like, it was necessary for the story. The show, it was done very, very well. It's just, people have thought about how the trains scarred them. Like, I'm good, man. I've already been scarred, man. This show legitimately scares me if ever wanted to watch it.
Oh, it literally this scarred me 4 times, dude.
Yeah.
Like, even the end, that was a real emotional moment. I'll even tell you this part. It's like, once again, great storytelling as far as family goes, and how much, love is pain, man. Like, there's a part where, Omni-Man is just beating the fuck out of Mark to the point where he's pretty much dead, man. Like, he's just beating him to, like, a pulp. And then he's like, why do you do this? Like, what about this Earth is great. You would have nothing once we come here, fuck it up. And then Mark's like, I'll still have you, Dad. You know what I mean? And, like, that part was, like, that's emotional as fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he's getting killed, and he's like, I love you. Like, stop beating my ass, Dad. Like, don't kill Mom. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing storylines. That's incredible writing. Incredible. I cannot stop kissing this fucking show's ass, dude. This is amazing.
Yeah. Like, the emotion in this show is actually very, very well done. Where it's just like, like, it's obvious. Like, Mark absolutely loves his father and his mom, despite the fact, like, they sometimes, like, have, like,
disagreements or, like,
just disagreements and, like, differences and stuff like that. Like, like a usual family, it's just, like, they still love the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, and then, like, his mom having to sit there and hear him go, like, your mom's like a pet to me. Like, I live hundreds of years. She's fucking nothing. Like,
Yeah, like, she's absolutely nothing to me. Like, here she'll be gone, and I'll still be alive and kicking. And then seeing the aftermath of that, when she's still trying to hold it together for her son, and then when he peeks at her, and like when they finally get home, and she he goes up to their room and sees her basically bawling her eyes out because she's been trying to keep it together this entire time. It's like, she's actually a pretty good character.
Good actress.
Everyone is.
Yeah, great actress. Amber, when she finds out how, like, oh my god, like, Mark almost died after I fucking dumped him. I love you. Please come over here. It's like, and then the subtleness.
No, just more like, for Amber, just like, okay, yeah, like, let me take it back a bit because, like, even though you were lying to me, like, you were being lied to, too. So, like, I can overlook some of this stuff and let's start over.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. And then, like, he has to leave again, and the subtlety of, they're all saying out, and, like, once again, like, I keep, like, trying to sell Alan. I know I already sold Alan, but he's not gonna watch it. But it's like, there's another beautiful part, man. They're in a restaurant, just chilling, and this is after everything's happened. We're just quiet, like, hey guys, so what about Audio-Man's like, can you please let me finish my fries? I just want to fucking eat my fries and just shut the fuck up, please. And then he gets a call, and he has to go save somebody again. And usually, every time he has to leave, everyone's like, oh god, there he goes. Where's Mark going? This time he leaves, and they're quiet because they realized he's the superhero. There's no more Omni-Man. He left. So Mark is going to go save the world, and we're just sitting here. You know what I mean? Hopefully he's going to be okay. It's like, and no one said anything. It's like they all just looked at each other like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's incredible. You're telling stories without fucking dialogue. That's how good this is. Ugh! I love it so much. Anyways, 5 out of 5 for me. 5 out of 5 with Jet. Yeah, Invincible, thank you so much. Amazon, you're the shit. Anyways, with that said, though, by the way, I got to tell you, too, I might have been a little bit easier on Without Remorse because I'm like, hey, Amazon, maybe you guys slipped and fell on this one, but you guys do some good shit over there, but, man, like, Without Remorse was definitely a fucking hit and miss.
Is that what that shit was called?
Yeah.
I think it was called Extraction.
No, that was a good movie.
Because I bring up Extraction like 3 times, and then it's just like, I don't know why that stuck out to me. I was like, oh, this is Extraction?
Oh, man. Extraction was a
fine
movie.
I mean, it's also a generic action movie, but the action is at least good in Extraction.
Thank you. No, I like Extraction. And 6 Underground. I'm gonna those two.
6 Underground's fantastic.
I don't even know if Extraction or 6 Underground like are sold at Walmart's, but if they are, they should be sold as a double feature. Because watching those two movies together with some popcorn and some homies, dude, that's the shit.
Look,
that'd be a fun
we know
time.
they want a sequel to Extraction. I'm not sure if Michael Bay wants to do another 6 Underground. I hope so.
Yeah, I often see like 5 on ground. You know what I mean? Or 7 above ground. Some shit. I don't know. Anyways.
Stop coming up with titles.
Yeah, I know. I'm better at podcast names, right?
No, you're not.
So why don't you tell me where to find you, though, speaking of podcast names, and yeah, tell them, the other shit you be doing.
Alrighty then. So the Moobot's going to put all the information out, but follow me on Facebook. You'll see premieres for the stuff at the Metropolis Collective. We recorded a new Illuminati episode today, so next one should be up in the next couple of days, as per usual. Nunes had their episode today, so if you want K-pop, be sure to check that up. But drop a like. There's going to be something for you there.
Oh, yes. And with that said, guys, the music has now begun. We out of here. Goodbye. Love you guys. It's been fun as shit, and it was nice to talk about some comic book stuff without insulting it for once. But I'm sure that'll change when the next stupid-ass Marvel thing comes out. Anyways, goodbye. Sorry, Alan. Stay toasty.